welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. And we're all alive for 25.
Somehow.
Here we fucking go, boys.
We've made it.
We're back, 2025, first episode, sports episode for the year. Hope yous all really got stuck into the three that we put out over the Christmas New Year period, if you got time, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hope everyone had a good Chrissy New
And
Year.
stuck into your work over that period.
I reckon that's got. They kept saying it on Fox Cricket, and we'll get into it soon. But they kept saying this is the most watched series ever, and I believe them because
fucking believe
there
it.
was some
100%.
fucking people that do not care about the cricket that were watching it for days on end.
It was fucking
Numbers
excellent.
do not lie.
Great to see.
Even the turnout at the games.
Yeah,
Exactly.
In states that like Test cricket.
Yeah.
and simps for T20.
That we'll get to, yeah.
Yeah, how'd you go? We didn't actually lay eyes on one another.
No.
Since the last punt show.
No,
So,
mate, it's been a fucking,
good.
it's been a great, it's not like it's been good not seeing yous, but I mean, it just makes it good coming here today. I'm fucking excited. More
Yeah.
just to chat to yous, have a yarn about the cricket and stuff, because we've briefly sent a few messages in group chats like, what a dog, or fuck you, old
you
mate,
have
or...
your little stint off and you kind of forget, like, this feels... It's like your first day back at school
Yeah.
when you're a kid.
Got the
when
fresh
you were
bag.
like, oh, fuck, I wonder how it's going to go. I wonder what they're going to think of me. And then you sit down and you're like, oh,
That's
everything's
all
back
good.
to normal.
yeah, that was a couple of years ago for you. Fucking
Yeah, it
Yeah.
actually was 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, I got right into me beach work. Fucking went swimming with the phone, and she fucked up. Got an $80 flippy.
Oh, why'd you
So
do that,
that was
mate?
that was actually what I was going to say is Jason and I communicated a bit more than you because
Yeah.
you just did nothing.
You had
I
a
had
pigeon going from fucking Agnes to Melbourne back to Gladstone.
I had no contacts saved on the cunt, so I didn't know who anyone was, and
Well, you don't know me number. Fucking right.
Was it
Nah.
proper flippy like
yeah, flip boss.
Motor.
like
That's the
7777?
game.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would have
Yeah,
loved that.
and
That would have been nostalgic, cunt.
and it was, man, but. It was like one of those things where, so you can text and call, but when I called, no cunt could hear me on the other end of it. And I'm like,
I wonder,
the
yeah.
two things you can do, one's shit.
I wonder if it was like if you called another flip phone, whether it would have worked. Sweet.
Maybe. So flippy to flippy
Yeah,
might have
yeah,
been good. But
I
anyway,
wonder,
it was
did you get it from like a servo or?
post office.
I
No,
wonder-
not post office, a news agent.
I wonder how long it's been sitting in that cabinet
fuck
for.
yeah.
blew the
That's-
dust off her.
that
At
is
least
funny as
15,
fuck.
20
But
years.
it was good. Like there was positives and negatives. Like positives were you just got to proper go, well fuck, can't do anything. Negatives were it was just kept building to when I had to get something sorted.
Yep.
So anyway, here we are. It's all good.
It's like when you stay on a bender and you know you're going to have to come off.
yeah, the anxiety's just building.
You're thinking about...
Nah, I'm going again. I can't handle it.
Yeah. I'll just delay it for a little
Yeah.
bit longer.
And then after 5 days, you go, right, it's time. And then the next 3 suck.
But I
That
got
was me on New
through
Year's Day.
got through a couple of 50-litre kegs though.
Nice.
Of piss.
few?
Yeah, I did see
Two
a
of
few
them.
before pre-break of phone. I saw you pouring a few
Yeah.
schooners.
Well,
You should
One-
have taken a few videos on the flip phone. Would have been prime.
I don't know. I think I could only take photos, man.
Makes sense.
But it was fucking yeah. The first one took me a while because I was just sort of chipping away at it. The second one, I got grubbed.
Was
It
hosed.
run out. I think the night before New Year's Eve, and it takes fucking a fair while to cool down. So she wasn't cold enough. So after about 2 hours sleep of New Year's Eve, woke up New Year's Day going, fucking choosing violence today. Walked straight down. She was cold. Sent the fucking smoke alarm out to every cunt in Agnes. Come round, boys. She's on. And then it was a great day. And then we just pounded that keg.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot better New Year's Day than I had.
What was yours, mate?
Mine was
I
pretty
just
rough. Yeah.
fucking wanted to kill myself. And
That's why I just got back
flying
on the
home.
horse.
I,
Yeah.
had to work on January 2nd, so I was flying home from Brizzy. I spent like Christmas in Melbourne,
Yuck.
which was awesome, and the Boxing Day
Yeah,
test.
yeah,
we'll get
yeah.
into that later.
Yeah.
Why did you not go for the second day? What was the go there? Just Boxing Day. That is-
Because
You've
if I'm in
missed
Melbourne
4
for
days of the
5,
best test ever.
I went to 2 or 3 hours of day 3.
yeah, I saw that. That was the shittest day.
But if I went down with me family and said to all the ladies, "Hey, we're on a 5-day holiday here, but
Ah.
hooroo,
Oh, yeah, true.
I won't see you."
Whereas
for the whole
I was
time."
going to go to
Just
go.
for the cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was just like, oh, we're spending Christmas down there. Why the fuck wouldn't we go?
Yeah, true.
And then we had to do some bit of convincing, and my brother and I went for the afternoon session on day 3.
Well,
but that was still...
If only you were there for day 5. That would have been great.
Mate, you're telling me.
Yeah, sweet.
Got me golf handicap, boys.
Did ya?
So first week I was meant to do it 3 before all the team got
That
there,
was
right?
hosed.
It hosed, boys.
It fucking
It
hosed.
fucking hosed. I could have went fishing on the fucking driving range of Agnes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
drove past and went, "Are you flooded?"
Yeah, it was fucking outrageous how much rain we got. But how fucking unreal is it? And obviously we know this, but you get a few days of just absolutely hammering.
Yeah.
Everything is that green.
Yeah,
it doesn't take much,
literally
does it?
turns from fucking brown to
Yeah.
green as fuck, and it was just in time for Christmas,
and mate,
and
yeah.
everything looked mint.
And even though I was off it for a bit there because I couldn't go fishing, full of fresh, and couldn't play golf for a while there. Then you go, but I'm on holiday, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And then that period after, though, through till just after New Year's, it was smick.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
you said, everything's green.
Yeah.
It's pumping.
I think you
It
get a
was perfect.
different appreciation for weather, especially because like I didn't give a fuck about weather much growing up, but when you start playing golf on a dry central Queensland course that has terrible irrigation, rain is like fucking the greatest thing on earth.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I'm going to have a green fairway
Yeah.
for probably half a week. I better get out there quick. I just appreciate the rain so much more for golf.
Yeah,
Crammed 3 rounds 18 in, become a member at the Agnes Golf Course there,
Nice.
and actually played way better than I thought I would and got 22 and a half.
you idiot.
I know. But
That's prime.
I know.
That
but,
is good handicap
But
for a starter.
I just wanted to play and not bullshit anything.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
want to.
yeah.
I just wanted to say I just want to see where I'm at and
Righto.
hit them better than I should. I wish I should have just added some shots.
If you hit one in the piss
add a
and
shot.
you dropped one,
Add a
so
shot.
you hit your first one in, you're hitting your third, right?
Yeah.
Righto.
Add
Just
a
making
shot.
sure.
No, I had Dad with me.
And
He's
then-
a stickler for fucking.
Yeah. I
Nah.
got a funny as fuck story about a mate.
Yeah.
They just played socially in that. And he always used to fucking beat a bloke he's like, I swear I'm fucking way better than you, eh? Like,
Yeah.
by 10 shots or so. Anyway, they'd always get real close in that. And it turns out that gimmies, he was like, yeah, you can have that, if it's this close.
Yeah.
Because it's a social game. He never counted the gimme as a shot.
So he did. Oh wow! Right. Yeah.
You're kidding.
So say he's there for
Yeah.
4 and then there's fucking a foot to go and you go, oh, you can have that, mate. That's 5.
That's a bogey.
But he'd
Oh,
write
that's
down
fuckable.
4 every time.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, well,
Did he
I-
actually believe that, or was
Yeah.
he being a scum?
No, he fucking didn't know.
Well, you know what Agnes is like too. It's not an easy course. Like it's
It's
easy
narrow.
to go. So there's a fair few drop shots going on. For some reason, I was just on with the old pitching wedge. Like I'd have half a shit drive and then land it on the green a heap with the pitching wedge and go.
Nice.
Nice. That's
Just-
your
Well, you
then-
played
yeah.
3 full rounds, so
Yeah.
it's like a real handicap. It's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
I actually got better as the games went. Like I think my last game shot like 91 or 90 or
Mate,
something.
That's
You'll
pretty
fucking
good.
roll Jace one day with that score.
But I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's only like
plan
4 or
to.
5 strokes off.
I don't plan to go keep getting it better or worse either.
No.
I just wanted to get the
Get
cut,
one.
so I'm not a fucking hindrance.
So at next year's fucking
Yeah.
Scotty Claridge
That's
Memorial
right.
Day,
We'll take
win.
it out.
You
Yeah.
talk about like when you're starting and how much you love that pitch and wedge. Everyone's got that one club that for some reason when you first get into golf, it just sings. Like there's just one club
Pulls
that
you
you
out
want
of the shit.
You want to use every single shot possible because
Yeah.
like it's the only cunt I can hit well. Mine was my gap wedge.
One day
for
you'll
some reason
just-
I could only pump that.
One day you'll just hit one club perfect all day too.
Yeah.
And then pick up another one and don't hit it so perfect.
But I'm
Well, that's
I'm
prime.
keen after that though now to go get some clubs this year.
Yeah, we're doing that.
because I've got the mix. It's a mongrel bag.
Yeah.
like the fucking some of the fucking handles are this big. Other cunts are a little streamlined
Brindle.
bastard. Yeah, she's brindle.
Yeah.
It's brindle set.
I
so-
got myself something actually.
Did you?
Yeah. Bought a driver.
Oi!
Yeah.
What'd
Stop
you end up
it.
getting?
Bought a prime one too
Yeah.
off a mate.
Yeah.
His brother is very, very good at golf. Like professional sort of territory. And he gets his little hand-me-downs.
Oh.
The bloke I bought it off is fucking good too. Like
Yep.
he hits off 3 or something. And he had a Callaway Rogue.
Oh,
And
you've
it
been
had-
wanting one for
and
a
it had
while.
like a prototype fucking shaft in it.
Yeah.
So like a super expensive shaft. I'm like, oh yeah. And he goes, yeah, mate, take it out for a few rounds. Use it before you buy it. And I'm like, oh, try before you buy, you beauty.
Yeah.
Took it out.
It fucks on first day.
Absolutely fucking hanging out my hole the first time I used it.
True.
And just sprayed it everywhere.
Oh, did ya?
Was hitting like these low things, barely got off the deck, I just went, no.
Yeah, this
Fuck,
is shit.
And then I went the next day, way fresher. Actually played really well and was hitting like nice and high.
Big bombs.
Not like
Just
perfect,
Just
but
good
they were
drives.
getting height.
The
And I'm
good
like,
flighted
that's all I wanted
drives.
to know is that I could hit it off a metre off the ground.
Yeah.
And I went, right, I'll buy it. And then I've used it a few times, hit it really well. Obviously, it's a driver, so you do spray the odd one.
Oh,
but
fuck yeah.
yeah, fucking
Is
tell you what,
the Rogue not the
makes
one you
some
wanted?
holes a lot easier with a
Yeah.
driver.
3 would.
Yeah.
At least 30, 40 metres you're adding
Yeah.
on, surely.
Yeah, well, I think it was downwind one day on this hole 2 at Boyne. It's a par 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was downwind, and I've never been able to hit anything other than like a 4 iron or 5 iron into the green
Yeah.
because I used a 3 wood off the tee.
Yeah.
And I've hit this thing, and it went so far, and I was like, I know the wind's up our house, but that has gone a long way. And I hit like a fucking pitching wedge, second
true,
shot on
true.
a par 5.
Yeah,
Fucking
prime.
me.
And I was like, all the boys are going, just be surprised. The driver actually helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Drivers.
heaps more club face
Next
if
hole,
you fucking miss the
fucking
cunt.
duck hook into the piss.
Yeah, and that's golf. But yeah, anyway, boys, it was good. It was good. It was a little goal I wanted to tick off.
Yeah.
It was the last day before I went home. I had to cram another round of 18 into to get it done because I was like, I need to do it. Otherwise, I fucking
won't,
just
yeah.
won't.
Yep.
So anyway, it's good.
Good stuff. Righto.
Brilliant.
Can we recap
Please.
possibly not the greatest, not one of the great test series. but
fucking up
one
there,
of the
mate.
one of the great series.
Of late. Of the
Just with
last-
all the theatre and everything that went on.
Fuck yeah.
It was unreal. The whole 5 tests were edge of your seat, and you could tell it was edge of your seat because I could not fucking sit still most of the time.
No.
That we'll start in Perth, but that first session, Boxing Day, I could not fucking sit down, man.
Mate.
Until Usman got on strike and I sat down and I had a few deep breaths. Every time that cunt was on strike, I was just pacing up and down the house going. And then on Sydney, last day of Sydney, we were batting and I reckon I lost 5 kilos 2 days ago because I was just
I've got high blood pressure.
pacing up and down the house, just knowing that the pitch was going to do 1,000 things.
Yeah,
and it was
unpredictable.
like the fear of losing to them was so fucking high for me.
Immeasurable.
Like
I was terrified.
I did not want to lose to them,
Especially
I
because we
was-
had played probably like 80% of the series, we felt like we were in control, and it was
Yeah.
like, how could we possibly lose this? But we don't have to think about that because we fucking pumped
Yeah.
it. But you go back to that first session at the MCG, like I've watched a few tests at the Gabba, and they've both been green tops, and we've batted very poorly, but we've bowled brilliantly. So I'm like, oh, we've fucking smashed these cunts. We're going to roll them, South Africa and the Windies and that, and we've
Yep.
struggled. And I just wanted to watch us bat. On Boxing Day, park my hole up in front of 90,000 and watch us
can't.
bat.
That would have been fucking...
And we won the toss, and I was like, thank fuck, this is going to be electric. 19-year-old debutante. I did not expect to see what I was going to fucking see.
No one did.
First 2 overs, beating the bat, leaving it, and like, ooh,
it
you
looked
know,
bad.
the crowd's getting in. It looked a bit average. And so we were sitting behind, next to like the MCC members, behind Constus, and he's right-handed. So when he's playing, all of a sudden, what the fuck, is that a ramp shot? And I'm like, you know what, I don't mind this because the kid like actually prefers this shot. We'll see if he pulls it off, but it is against Bumrah. And then when he peeled 3 of them off and he's advancing and hooking everything, I literally was like baffled, man. I
Dude,
was like, I don't know what to fucking expect.
The reason I didn't mind it is because no other cunt can score runs against Bumrah anyway.
Nah,
So
yeah.
it's like, well...
I think after he played and missed 4 times in the
Yeah.
first over, he
He's
was
like, well,
"Righto, I'm going to get a good one here." So.
Yeah.
Is there,
But-
in sort of recent times with Bumrah, has there ever been a player that has solely just fucking been relied upon as heavily as him?
I
Pretty
That
outrageous.
cunt was proper just them.
Yeah.
31 wickets he took, didn't he?
Yeah.
for the whole series.
Might have been 32.
Just off tap though. You just go.
I can't
Five
remember a time.
5 off Mitchell Johnson in the Ashes.
We've had-
2013. So not that.
Not amazing. We've had bowlers that have come here like before that are like Dale Steyn comes to mind. He would come to Australia and he would love it. He'd love the pace and the bounce. But I haven't remembered in recent times where I've watched a bowler and every single time he had the ball in hand, I thought, what's he going to do?
fucked.
Every single time he bowled
Every
the ball.
spell, I go, here's 1 or 2.
You expected a wicket every single time he bowled the fucking ball. So to see Constance come out and do that was just wild. Like, I didn't imagine...
That would have been sick to
in
be.
person, I'm getting my phone's just blowing up, like a few mates and yours there, and they're just like, cunt, what the fuck is actually happening?
It was
what
a
I
young
said.
man's innings, though.
Oh, for
It
sure.
was.
I was sitting there going, this cunt's never going to last.
Were ya?
Yeah,
Like
fucking
in
oath.
longevity or just this innings?
Yeah, longevity, but he won't play like that forever. So
was
he
just-
probably
won't.
will last. But
Mate, I was just going to say, I had something here. Well, yeah, like, I just reckon he'll settle in. He'll settle into his role as well. He come in at the loosest time.
Yeah.
Middle of the series, fucking all the pressure on him. He would have played and missed a few at the start, and he's going, fuck it. And just, and he's decided to take it head on. And obviously they're all giving it to the young bloke. So he's like, I'm not copping that.
Yeah.
So he's
That was
straight face
weird,
to face
eh?
with
I
the
can't believe
How about
that.
Kohli doing the shoulder charge?
Yeah.
You little fuck.
Kohli,
He's got little man
Siraj.
syndrome.
He does
cunt.
that cunt.
Oh, he
like,
always has.
just charging him. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
What a-
was that? what?
It
What
was-
was that?
It was like it took a massive dent in their egos or something, going like, who's this little debutante fucking ramping our big bat?
Yeah.
Bumrah? Like,
I
it
just
was
went-
really
I
strange.
just went, that was dodgy. Like,
That was weird.
Yeah, and of course he gets a 20 fucking % match fee
He's-
fine because the BCCI
I
just
reckon
runs everything.
he's blown it over here. Like they'll never ask him to come for commentary and shit like they do with Ravi Shastri and
No.
all that
But-
because every cunt hates him.
Yeah, even like some of the media bullshit before the MCG test when they were refusing
Yeah.
to talk to press and
But
like
I just-
Jadeja would only speak in Hindi. Like a lot of the way they went about that media just went
was
like,
weird.
Mate.
you are
They
not
don't.
getting...
They don't like Australia.
No, and
And
that's...
they never have since Kohli come in.
Yeah.
because he's built that whole.
well, I
thing
think
he's
of
given the
taught
fucking
Siraj.
finger.
being
like,
a. Hey,
That Siraj and that Kohli would have just forced that
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
in Siraj. That's why he's got
Kohli.
that.
I think Kohli's first tour here. I can't remember if he came in 2008, but it was
Nah, 2012.
definitely
11,
2012. He made 100 in 2012, and we dominated him that series. And I reckon he just took that and went, I'm not copping that for the
Yeah.
next decade.
He flipped your finger off to the crowd in that first... I think it was at Sydney.
yeah,
It might have been Sydney.
Oh man,
Bro,
he-
how about him?
14, 15 was
We
the
were
obvious
talking
one.
about it before the show a bit, but watching him just crumble to the thing of like, because there was so many, how many times you reckon, separate times, did you hear a Kohli's a wanker
Yeah.
or fuck
it
you,
was a lot.
Kohli?
that was
It was a
after.
lot.
That was only after
Yeah.
Melbourne though,
Yeah.
when he did the shoulder charge.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
didn't really see it in person when it happened, but you heard like a bit of murmuring and chat going around. I was like, what the fuck's happened here? And I've gone down to grab another beer and we were right next to the MCC members. So I saw on the TV, saw it happen, and then heard everyone erupt. MCC members are sitting inside the bar in the aircon and they're chanting, "You are a wanker." And then I walk back out and Bay 13's obviously going off its nuts.
Yeah.
But like the crowd was split 50-50, but that moment was like, just sparked the hatred back
Yeah.
for Kohli for every Australian fan, including myself.
Bit
I
of
just went,
small man syndrome, childish behaviour. Especially, we'll get to the Sydney test when he pulled the sandpaper out, the fake sandpaper. It's
That
like
was-
you are just admitting defeat now.
Yeah, that
we,
was
we
proper
have
bad.
we
That-
have absolutely got in your head.
That is losing. That is the classic example of a sore loser.
Yeah.
That because you go, mate. Everyone's over the sand. Like the sandpaper's done. Like
The thing
it's
that,
not-
like,
yeah, and you've
contradicted-
lost.
yeah, you just got
And
you
you
just
you played really
Yeah.
bad, except for one innings where we were tired and the pitch was a road for one day in the whole series.
The thing that contradicted about that bullshit was even Molly noticed it. Was I think it was 2019 World Cup. He defended Smithy. And he's like, when he was getting booed walking out after Sandpaper Gate, he's like, stop booing him, stop booing
No,
him.
the crowd was into him, and he was just like,
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
they've had conversations about it, him and Smudge, and then as soon as shit hits the fan,
yeah,
he's
but
having
he
a big
saw
cry.
red the whole series.
Yeah.
he saw red
Oh,
the
for
whole
sure.
series. Every time they got a wicket, and he would just run up and fucking scream in the bowler's face.
What
God,
about
made me angry,
what
eh?
about when Constas had that bit of thing with Bumrah when Uzi got out on the last ball?
That was
And
a
they
classic. Just can we go to that dismissal?
Yeah.
That is classic Usman, Marnus, how they play now. They just stand there,
He
jump
jumped.
in the air.
He jumped back.
Oh, mate. Does my
half
fucking
through
head in.
his fucking
But
batting.
then when they all ran at Constas, I was thinking, you didn't get him out, cunt.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It was
What
like-
are
it
you
was
doing?
strange.
You didn't get that man out, dumb fuck.
Yeah.
He's at the other end.
He was fucking just living in
Just-
their heads,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Proper, man. And it didn't
free.
seem like it phased him. Like Andrew
Nah.
McDonald was talking about his well-being and shit, like, hoping
That
he's
was
all
dumb.
right. But it's like,
Made him look like a fucking weak
yeah.
cunt.
Well,
See,
Constas
Gazza-
just didn't care, man.
Gazza was saying Constas went up to him and who was it, Starkey maybe?
Yeah,
and
and
said,
said,
"Oh,
"Oh,
boys, am
waiting to get nervous."
am I supposed to start getting nervous soon?" Yeah, probably soon.
Gaz is, and he admits it on all the the test and
Yeah.
all that.
Mm.
He is the most nervous player of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So to say
Gary
that,
is.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
he
don't
gets
expect
fucking
that.
mega nervous. Let's start in Perth real quick because we have talked about this on previous.
We got excited.
episodes.
We haven't
Oh,
discussed
well, it's
it.
fucking hard. I'm pumped. So many things.
We roll them for 150.
Yep.
First day, you go fucking oath, 5-0. Here we come.
Oh, now.
And then we lose it in one session because Bumrah takes 6 for 30 or 6 for 40, whatever we ended up. We get rolled for 100, and then they piled them on. They made 500.
Yeah.
Jaisvale makes 100. Kohli makes 100, and you go, oh god, what just fucking happened over the last 12 hours?
Yep.
And then we batted okay in the second innings. Like we nearly, what did we make? 250 or something.
Yeah.
Head made runs, and we were never, ever, ever getting anywhere near that target.
Oh god,
Like-
no. Bowler preferred pitch.
Yeah.
Like conditions went their way. It just
Like
was
you
one of
said,
the-
Groper, after it, that just fell everything into their stuff.
And luckily it did, because from then on, we absolutely dominated them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Melbourne was obviously, it looks close because we won in the last session with an hour to go. But we beat them by 200 runs. They were never going to win that game.
No.
And then Sydney obviously was close as well. Could have went flip of the coin. When you're on a pitch like that,
Yeah.
seriously, it's a flip of the coin.
Gabba, domination.
Dominated
reign
him in
safety.
Adelaide, dominated in Brisbane. I can't believe the only test was fucking Brisbane that got washed out.
Yeah.
There was like an hour of rain in Melbourne and no rain. No rain anywhere else for the whole series.
Sydney, the notorious road and washout, ends up being a green top that goes for 2.5
Well, Sydney's
days.
normally like a fucking spinning deck.
They usually bring a second spinner. It's an absolute fucking road.
Yeah.
And you get 2.5 days because of rain, and people get triple tons.
and then it turns sideways at
And
the end.
the curators went. I
But-
reckon they were shitting themselves, going, "Oh, this is we're going to get rain. Maybe we should make it a green top so it goes quickly."
They missed it by, I reckon, it would have been a good pitch. Oh,
Was this the last one?
When day 3 was, sorry.
Yeah.
Day 3 as a day 1 pitch would have been ideal, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because then
Mate, that was too much.
it wouldn't have
going
been
on,
as
I reckon.
soft.
No.
'Cause that was what fucked it, is that the first day it was too soft
Oh.
and the ball left all the indentations in the pitch.
Yeah.
And then the sun come out and hardened it up. And then it was like, if it hit the down slope of the indentation, it'd just fucking
That was
fly.
a toss that I'm really glad we lost.
Yeah,
Because surely
I reckon
Paddy
we
would have
would've
elected
bowled.
to bowl.
Yeah.
I knew that it
We
was going to
bowled
be
anyway.
like a fucking dramatic test when Jaiswell was marking like middle stump. And-
Halfway down the wicket.
Yeah, but it did, not only that, is that usually hear the and it just went
Yeah.
and it was like
yeah.
no noise. I was like, well, that's mud. That's not scraping dirt.
Oh.
This is going to be like fucking my backyard when I was 12 years
So
old.
we've rolled them for 150. That was
Yep.
for the first time.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Back to
series.
Perth, yeah.
Back to Perth. We lost the test. We got hammered, and rightfully so. We copped a bit of a lashing in
Yep.
the media because the batting was obviously just terrible.
It was.
Absolutely terrible. But then to come out and back it up in Adelaide,
How good was that?
did they bat first?
That was a pink test,
Yeah,
wasn't
they
it?
did. Starkey
think they
got
did.
Jaiswell
Starkey.
out first ball.
They did.
Oh,
They
that
batted
was
first, so they
fucking-
bat first again, and we roll them for 180. And I'm going, these bowlers, man, what more can these cunts do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
2 tests in a row. We've lost the toss. They've chosen to bat. Usually that's what you want to do. bat first in a test match. And we roll them for 150 and 180, and I'm going, God, I hope we make runs because this will break the bowler's spirit if they're out there fucking bowling again in 2 sessions.
We had to bat with a brand new pink ball as the lights were on, and I just thought that was a defining session of like it just went our way because if we had got rolled in that innings, Test could have been completely different.
We were too far. I remember we were
was
too
a huge
far.
effort
Marnus
from those two
and
lads.
McSweeney.
That's right.
McSweeney,
Those two lasting through that was fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Starkey takes 6 for 48 as well. Unreal.
Him and the pink ball, he just
Mate,
something
him
wild with it,
the whole series apart from the last game when you can tell he was a bit fucking.
And he was.
And so he should fucking be.
Yeah.
He wasn't
because
gonna play
I thought
'cause
he
of
was.
stiff
I
back.
thought he was fucking great for the first 4.
Yeah, he was exactly what we needed. Travis Head, obviously, 140 wins us the game.
Yep.
The infamous fucking Siraj send off.
This is when he really become a villain.
This is when he became public enemy number 1.
Mm-hmm.
He took 4 wickets, which is a shame because obviously takes 4 far and we just fucking go
completely overshadowed by him being a wanker.
Yeah. 140 off 140 balls, and then he got it was a good ball.
It's a fucking full bunger, mate.
He was pissed off because the ball before he got hit for 6, and it was the most bullshit shot. Like it was, he's sort of half moving his hips away from the ball, and he just flicks the wrist, and it goes over square leg for 6. And I'm like, as if you could do that and hit that for 6, I would have been going off too. But then come back, bowled him out. So like that's the perfect comeback as a fast bowler.
Yeah.
But then to give him the fuck off was like, come on.
Yeah,
cunt.
nah, man.
Okay, now we all
Should be
hate you.
relieved that he's not there going, thank fuck.
Yeah. Well done.
Celebrate,
now we all
but
hate
don't
ya.
tell him to fuck off.
And then once again, we rolled them for 175 and need 19 to win. Paddy Cummins took 5 for. So that is just perfect, you know. Like, perfect.
We pretty
comeback.
much won by an innings.
It was gone after 2 days and a session, and we'd absolutely hammered them. I think if that was a tight game, it would have been like, ooh, you know.
Yeah.
But because we just come out
Well,
and
we really
absolutely
felt
smashed them.
like the momentum shift, but just such a relief. It was like Perth was a wake-up call for a bit, like, because we're such a fucking successful team, obviously, in recent times. We have the talent there, and it was like a wake-up call, like, you cunts aren't invincible, and England's here to play.
I
And
reckon
the whole
it was-
squad and everyone was like, righto.
Imagine the sheds and what was getting said before that. Like that second one. They're going, fuck this.
I reckon it was a wake-up call in the fact that, well, it's been happening for a year or two now, is that the bowlers are just carrying us.
Yeah.
Fuck, they just carry us all the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you blokes need to fucking step up here.
Yeah.
Only one did, but
Yeah.
that was all we needed because the pink ball and that.
Yeah.
330 was a great score in Adelaide, batting first, I reckon.
This
Yeah,
isn't
for sure.
completely the reason, but it kind of really like come to me in Sydney after watching that series, and like the last few years of cricket, like you talk about with the batsmen. I give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes because we've seen so many bowler.
Yeah.
pitches
The
recently.
pitches have definitely
Like
played
it's
their part.
definitely like in a 5-game series, more than half of them games are.
Yeah, I know.
It's
yeah.
more frustrating when you see the other team happen to fucking make
Like
all
Perth,
these runs
yeah.
and you go, come on, cunts.
It's like Sydney.
Yeah.
We both made 180, and it's like, yep, this pitch
But
is fucking hard.
I agree
but-
with you though, man.
yeah.
It is way more bowler-friendly
Oh.
pitches now.
And I'm definitely not disputing that. It is 100%.
When you see their players of quality not getting runs and then we don't as well, I like Sydney, but Perth, for example, when they come out and got 480 odd, we're like, well,
yeah.
why couldn't we have done that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I give them benefit of the doubt sometimes, just because of the pitches recently.
Yeah.
Have been
Which was good
Bowler
because
friendly.
when we went to Brisbane, it's 1-1 going to Brisbane. We're thinking new beauty. We love the Gabba, even though they did roll us last time there. We bat first, make 440. Head makes 100.
Yeah.
Smith makes 100.
Oh,
We're
wasn't-
going,
it was
this
such a
is-
fucking beautiful.
But it was day 2, and you're just going, we're going to run out of time. We just knew because the whole first day was a
Yeah.
washout, and you just go, fuck off. How did that happen? But then the bowlers come out again, and apart from fucking that partnership, that 10th wicket partnership where they...
Yeah.
Was it Jadeja and Sundar?
Fuck, that was
No.
annoying.
The 10th wicket. Akash Deep and bloody
Oh yes, that's
Bumrah.
right.
Shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was calling him shallow too. Yeah, they put on like 35 and avoided the follow-on, and that was it. Game over. It was like, fuck off. How did they just do that?
It was such a, like, obviously day one was washed out, but it was such a rain-interrupted days of cricket as well.
Would have been frustrating.
I have not watched a game of Test cricket where it's been that on and off the whole 5
fucking
days.
weird.
It wasn't, apart from the first day when it just pissed down.
Yeah.
I think they went on and off like fucking over 15 times for
It
the
was
test.
really strange.
Imagine how
Surely
fucking
both
annoying
teams
that
would have
be.
just been going, just fucking.
India would have been
stop.
going, bring them out, boys, bring them out. But you could see the frustration in Starkey and that going like, this is nothing. And even Gilly and Varney were standing out on the Gabba at one point, interviewing while they're putting the covers on in the fucking middle of the rain. And they said, well, I don't really think this is enough to cover it up, but I guess they're doing it. And Varney made a great point. He's like, if we put the pictures, like the covers on in England every time for this shit, it was like, we wouldn't play a day of fucking cricket, mate. Like, this is not really that much. It was weird how, like, over strict the groundskeepers were before that. It was like, you've got a test that we want to win here, and we very much can if you give us a bit more time.
Yeah.
And it ends up working out fine. We got the draw, but
Yeah, we
that
did
was
get the
strange.
draw, but fuck, I reckon it did did more.
We were
going
going to smash the cunt.
Yeah, I know, but
That's the worst part, getting
whole-
the draw.
Yeah.
how it all turned out did more bad than good for us,
Yeah.
I reckon, because we go and pile the runs on. Smith's back, you beauty. Head makes another 100.
That did a lot for Smudge's
And
confidence,
then-
I reckon.
They've still got to get 30 runs, and we don't get them out before
Yeah.
the follow-on. So
I know.
we're a bit deflated. We're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then we ended up about 7 for 50. And
Yeah,
I'm
that was
going,
weird.
This is terrible for our confidence because this
We
is
all
another,
have it wrong.
yet another batting collapse. And
Yeah.
I'm just going, oh, for fuck's sake, what are these cunts doing? And then obviously the rest of the day got washed out. But I'm just like, couldn't we have just made 2 for 80 or something and declared?
Everyone's like, it's a draw, but the batsmen are like, fuck, we're on.
Yeah.
Like the last time we were out there, we were kicking ass still.
You kind of expected they played a semi-aggressive.
Yeah, I
you
know.
expected them to go out there and just fucking tonk, and I was like, we're getting like piled here. Like
Oh.
these cunts are rolling through us. But still, it made the only thing I liked about that is that it built up and made the Boxing Day and everything that happened with the MCG test even more fucking special.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
but I would have copped us being 3-1 up going into Sydney any day.
I would have caught us being 3-0.
Yeah.
after
Are we,
fucking,
yeah,
are we
going
on to the
in.
Boxing Day test
We
yet?
are.
Because, cunt, from what I can remember just in the last few years or whatever, the timing of when I was able to sit my fucking hole down and watch pretty much everything,
Yep.
that was the most perfect fucking game of Test cricket when I could
Yeah.
watch it, the pool, the piss. Start of day 5, they could win, we could win, there could be a draw still.
Yeah.
When the fuck does that ever happen?
Yeah.
It's,
Like nowadays.
in the modern game, it doesn't. And after Brisbane and Adelaide, there's a lot of chatter from commentators saying, especially Varney, like, I think it's a 4-day, like,
Yeah, he
test,
wants to
like
change
it's
it
a
to 4
format now,
days.
you know, test match format.
Yeah.
And then they just said, we're going to produce,
Yeah.
like, test cricket to a fucking, like,
That's
it's
a cricket
pinnacle.
wicket. It was a bit like, in the end, it turned out to be a perfect wicket.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it did have that Melbourne vibe of being, it's just going to be a draw again because it is flat.
Yeah.
Like, it is flat. But
After we piled on 480 odd, or
yeah, something
470,
like that, 480. Yeah.
great fucking innings of batting.
The top 4, that is exactly
what you need to do.
what we needed from them.
Fucking
60.
They all made 50.
Yeah.
And Smithy made 140.
Yep.
To
It
Chris
just worked
Quietly,
out
that was the
beautifully.
fucking... I've never seen anyone get out like he got out that day.
Oh, the way it just trickled in and
That
hit
would
the
only
stumps.
happen to that
Oh,
cunt.
that was fucking.
He would have been furious.
Yeah.
Too.
And, I thought we blew it when we were 2 for 240 and those Marnus and him did not look like getting out.
No,
And I'm
so
like, this
solid.
is unreal. And Marnus absolutely middles one straight to fucking mid off, and I went, oh, get fucked. And then Head goes first ball, like, for a duck.
Yeah.
And then Marshy goes out there and makes fuck all, and I'm like, how have we
Yeah,
ended
how's
up
that?
5 for?
It's I
That
thought
two
the
for-
same with like I go, you're right. Smithy and Marnus, they fucking figured their
He would've
ADHD
been-
out.
yeah.
They've been put on the Ritalin and they're on. And now I'm like, right, here comes Heady to just pump 60 odd off
Yeah.
60. No.
left
No,
one that just
righto,
hooped
righto,
into
Bison,
off
who
stump.
we said was going to kill it. Sorry about that,
We need to
Australia.
say sorry to Bison.
That's right.
We do.
And
We fucked
Bison.
him.
Yeah.
Just so you know, too, fuckheads, I didn't put any bets on him. Okay?
Everyone was saying
Yeah.
it was your fault.
We did name an episode
Season
after
of the Boss.
yeah.
Fuck, man. That is
we can't do that to
Can
any
we
more
do
players.
Virat's?
Nah.
We should have done Virat's season. I would have been the same outcome anyway.
That, like, when we took maybe 2 for 240 or 230 odd, none of them looked like fucking getting out. There was, like, it was 50-50 crowd, like I said before, but there was a row with an Indian family sitting in front of me. Vocal all morning, passionate as fuck. I'm all for it. You know, me and my brother, dad, my uncle, we're fucking vocal as well. Everyone's getting into it. And as soon as we really settled in, and it was just like, oh, these boys they're not beating the bat. They're not playing dumb shots. Like, this looks fucking solid. The whole family was asleep.
Did they go to sleep?
All 2 sons, the mum disappeared
Who were
somewhere,
they
and the
supporting?
dad, India.
Ah, right.
And they were all asleep. So the dad's head down to sleep, the
They
2
throw
sons
the
head down
toys
to
out.
sleep. And I just went, fucking hell, here we go. But then those 2 wickets, Heady, when Marnus got out, it was like, oh, yeah, the crowd's back in. And then Heady, like, someone ripped the fucking roof off the MCG.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt, I just
Started
went,
lifting.
oh.
Yeah.
I went, oh, no. And you could feel the players that, like, India went through a few rushes that whole series where they'd get 2 or 3 quick wickets, usually around Mitch Marsh's time. And they would just you'd feel that, like, momentum build for a bit. And there was 3 or 4 overs there where I'd go, oh, this could all go wrong real quick.
I feel like we would, as a crowd, though, when it's going like that, we'll try and get a wicket for them, like as a crowd, whereas they go to sleep.
Have they?
Yeah.
Is that what was the sort of
Exactly.
crowd split? Was there heaps?
Oh,
Heaps
it would've-
of
It
Indian
was
crowd?
lots. So, yeah, like, it
This
was...
is a genuine question too. Does the food change?
At
Nah.
the ground?
Yes.
Nah.
Do they have any sort of?
I wouldn't have thought
No.
so.
Well, I don't know.
Before
I've never
20
been.
pies.
Oh, I thought there
Oh.
might have been a curry stand or something.
I
yeah,
know
well,
saying. I'm serious.
it'd go off.
There
I'm
was
just saying.
outside the ground.
Sorry for
there's-
leading
there was
horses to
heaps.
water, guys.
It would go off.
Outside the ground, there was heaps of, like, food stalls and
yeah,
huts. It was like a little
yeah.
festival out
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah,
in the
coffee.
ground, it was typical canteen food, like
Yeah.
stadium food. And I ended up punishing 3 420 pies.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Fucking hell.
beers in the morning. I was like, yeah, this is prime. And then I, like, felt the time and I went,
Dog's eyes.
it's time for a dog's eye.
Yeah.
Had one, getting towards the end of the day, and it was about 3 o'clock, and I was like, I'm feeling a bit peckish again. Well,
Dog's
I'm
eye.
gonna have
See,
a
that's
dog's
so
eye.
smart. I would just pound piss until I fucking
Well,
felt
it was
sick.
more of like I can't go to Boxing Day test and not have a pie.
Yeah. And then
And
they
then
tasted that good.
That was so good. And
Shout
then
out to 420.
after me second, I went, that's it.
Sponsor us.
It's just beers. I'm going to chill out for the last few hours. And my uncle comes back with 4
pie.
pies. There's one for dad, one for my brother,
That's
one for
great.
me. And I just went, well, I'm not going to fucking say no, am I? So I had to pound the cunt and I felt sick. But it was just such a fucking good day. Like I've been to a few
Yeah,
tests.
that would have
but
been great, bro.
Entertaining and just watching us occupy the crease in the crowd. And it's bucket list shit. It's Boxing Day. It's self-explanatory. But that was one of the coolest fucking things. I can't remember at what point they do it, but everyone takes the hats off for Warnie. That was cool.
Fuck, why can't I remember this? At 3:50, because
Is
that's
it
his test number.
Yeah, that would have been it. It was in the afternoon. Yeah, it comes
Oh,
on a big
yeah.
screen and everyone waves the hats like
That was
he
his
did.
number,
does
so
he
they
fucking-
Yeah.
do the
Oh,
fucking-
that's awesome.
That was the whole crowd got into it. No matter if you were Indian or Australian, everyone was
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh,
Like,
that's
that was
good,
just
eh?
a cool little tribute that they did for him.
Oh, that's cool as fuck. I didn't
But-
know that.
There's
So-
so many little things at the cricket that you
But
just
yeah, sorry, we
fucking
weren't-
love.
No, you're right. We end up 6 for 300 basically at the end of the day, and it's like, how did we get there? But then Paddy Cummins just absolutely fucking stands up, and I refuse to call him anything other than Captain Woke because that's what he is.
Yeah.
And we're a softer cricket team.
Captain Woke can bat a bit.
yeah, we're a softer team. We're a softer team because of it, but I don't care. We win. So
Mate, do you know how cool is it seeing he's in the top 10 of the all-rounders? Like
Yeah.
international?
I'm pretty sure, isn't he?
Dude, he
Nah, he's
fucking,
7th or
he
6th.
proper stood up with the bat for us a couple
Again.
of
Both
times. Like
Yeah.
really stood up.
Yeah.
That, especially the second innings,
Yeah.
when it was like the game was on an even keel and
Proper.
shit could like quickly flip.
Played some nice
And
shots
he
too.
just looked like it was funny because Marnus was batting and pretty well telling Paddy, I'll face
yeah,
Bumrah.
I hated that.
Yeah, I'll face
Fuck, I
Bumrah
hated
and
that.
you don't.
Yeah.
And Marnus got out, and then Paddy was there, righto, well, it's my turn now. I'll face everyone. and he's doing nothing.
Wait, what about, I think it was the last test, sorry to cut, but
You're
just
right.
on Paddy, how good was that drive, cover drive, on the knee?
It gets down real low, and the way
He just fucking pumped it down. It just looked unreal.
You know how you see like bottom order batsmen, like talenters, and they come out, and because they're a fucking bowler, like
Just
Gaz,
wave it around.
Gaz has got runs before, but he doesn't look good at the crease.
He got some runs,
He
I'll
looks
tell ya.
like a 38-year-old spinner batting, and you're like, yeah, fair enough. Paddy comes out, but he's a taller bloke, so you know he's a bowler. But fuck, dude, he looks like he could open.
He just looks. Man,
he looks like a batsman, I reckon.
Sometimes he clears
In this series, he was.
clears the front leg and just tries to cut everything, and it fucking. I just
He does
go,
open
how
up
do you
a bit.
make runs?
Yeah, he loves that cut shot, doesn't he?
But anyway, they put on 112, him and
Yeah.
Smith. And next thing was 7 for 411. And it's
and
like,
it's looking
right,
nice. We're
we're
happy.
over 400. That's all we needed. We make 470 odd. And then fucking, I tell you what, you would have been there actually on day 3. We had them fucked. I think we had them 5 for 159. We had them.
Yep.
We've just got. So we run out Jaisval on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Fucking Boland gets Kohli the next over. 5 for 159. You beauty.
Yeah,
we're
fucked.
on here.
Guys,
are
one
fucked.
Kohli looked good too.
6 for 190. Righto. 7 for 220. Jadeja's out. And it's like, right, now we've
This
got
is
him.
our chance.
And then fucking Washington, that capital city, goes and fucking...
the American capital.
Man,
DC
he done
just
my
beat up.
fucking head in, I was like, how are we letting this cunt make runs?
It was just a
And
frustrating
obviously,
innings.
it was a great knock from Kumar Reddy. And I think he
Yeah.
deserved that because he was their best player.
Well,
sorry, Bumrah. You weren't. He was their
Batsman.
best player.
It
But
was
that
just
time.
solid. It was really
Reddy
solid.
was really
Yeah.
good. Batting at number 8 and shit.
But in hindsight, though, that's a fucking good thing because that's what made it the game that it was.
Yeah,
that
I know.
do you know what I mean? But,
But
at the time, we're going,
It's frustrating.
yeah.
Very frustrating. And because, like, he is an all-rounder, but batting at 8, it was just a fucking, like, a good innings to watch. Even as an Australian fan, the way he played in terms of his patience, like, that was just a genuine test knock.
Yeah.
It was like, it was good, and he kept them in the
Washington's
fucking
was
game.
too. He made 50 off
Yeah.
about 150, and it was just perfect. And I'm just going.
So we
fuck me.
rocked up at the G for that afternoon session.
so you watch them grind that out. Jace.
We're watching on the phone
that's
and we're
dirt.
watching, getting wickets, and Jaden and I are like, right, we'll do it. We'll go to Sarve. We got on the train
them
about
skittle.
1 and
Yeah.
we didn't see a wicket for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, I'll wait for the new
rank.
ball. New ball didn't do much, and I just went, oh, can't. I was like, as if we've chosen this.
Yeah.
Like, well, have we jinxed these cunts by showing up? We've stopped all the wickets.
You
and
did.
there was about half an hour, well, it was just before the rain, there's about half an hour's play left, I think, and we were like, oh, we might get a head start on the train, like, we beat the crowd, we'll go back. And we're going down, and Jaden needed to chuck a piss. I was like, okay, we're right in line with Bay 13. We're pretty well standing with Bay 13. We're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, oh, does a piss, we're watching a bit, bang, Kumar Reddy gets his century, and like, yeah, that was fucking awesome. But then that's when we took a couple wickets quickly.
Yeah.
We got Bumrah out. Like, that fucking vibe and just being around Bay 13 is the closest I got to it. But holy, that was... Because you heard the Indian fans just go absolutely berserk when Kumar Reddy got his century.
Yeah.
One bloke was, like, giving us send-offs. He's, like, turned around and he just walked and, like, looked at me and brother and just went like that and just walked out the stadium. And we're like...
Just aggressive,
like-
fucking small cunts.
Yeah. and like, aggressive,
Little
but, like,
guys.
he was standing next to Bay 13 and there was a lot of noise. So I understand why. He's probably a bit frustrated, but stand...
Shit seat for that
Stand
bloke.
fucking elsewhere, mate.
Yeah.
One bloke, I think it was the Bumrah wicket. There was 2 blokes going at an Aussie about 3 or 4 rows in front of him, an Indian dude, and they're standing there and they're just like kind of mouthing.
Oh, fuck
like
you,
words.
bloody.
You couldn't really see it, and the Aussie bloke's just doing these and shushing and just fucking sit down, mate, shut up, and you can see him mouthing. And the Indian bloke's tried to get a chant going, trying to say, "You are a wanker." He's done it 2 or 3 times. Everyone's gone, oh, just shut the fuck up and sit down, mate. He's like, oh, all right. I only sat
They
down.
can't sledge like
You
us.
are
there.
a wanker.
Next ball, bang, Bumrah gets out.
Oh.
And these blokes that he was chirping to have just stood up and just went throwing beers up and shit. Just like the best response to this bloke chirping.
wow.
And you know what the Indian bloke did? He just clapped and gave thumbs up. He's like,
Yeah.
fair play. He's
No,
like,
good on
he's win that one. And I was like, yeah, you can't do anything else, mate, because
Yeah.
that is the best response.
I reckon that knock, because they ended up
Yeah, what did they end up with?
370,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think they finished the day batting still, which
Yeah.
just blew me away.
Actually, they did because we were going, what the fuck?
oh, I'm going, we've absolutely
because
blown this.
didn't we
It
get him
rained the
out
last
pretty
hour.
much straight up
Got
the
him
next morning?
straight away.
Because
Like within an over or two.
I'm pretty sure I was fucking stuffing around with the kids or something, and I went, oh, the cricket started, and we were already like we'd already got him out, and I went, yes,
Yeah,
let's fucking
perfect.
go.
Yeah, and then this is when the whole thing just turned, and I'm going, oh my god, we
Yeah.
are gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
We're 2 for 80. Smith, Kawaja, we're 2 for 80. We're 180 in front, fucking looking good, and then we're 6 for 90.
Well, we're thinking it's
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
6 for 91, and the crowd would have been
pitch isn't doing
off
much.
its
It hasn't
head.
been doing much last few days, and then all of a sudden, shit just hit the
And
fan.
I reckon the noise in that joint would have just
Oh.
been
Well, there was
unbelievable.
still
And the smell.
40,000 on day 4, which is like, yeah, you had 87 on day 1, 80
I
day
reckon
2,
30 of them would have
70
been
on
Indians.
day 3,
Yeah,
and then
would have been going off.
Day
Yeah.
4, like it was still 40,000 on a day 4,
Yeah.
man, and yeah, you felt the momentum shift, and I just went, we actually could be fucked here.
Yeah,
like,
because we were, I'll get it.
Yeah.
We were 8 for 150, and we're like 256 in front or something. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
fuck
chasing.
Here
off.
we go.
Fuck off.
How?
And I'm like, obviously we knew the biggest, I was still bigger than the biggest chase, but there was so long to go.
But just
and I just,
just Kohli being there still.
nah, he didn't worry me at all. That
it's just a
JS
Yeah.
man, he is going to haunt me for 10 years, I
Yeah.
reckon.
He's
Because
gonna
he's
be a-
23.
he's
gonna be
Maybe
such a-
15 years, actually, because he is
it's going to be a weapon, man.
so good
Yeah.
and he's so confident. Like,
In
even
his own
though
ability and-
Starkey fucking got him back, just to stand there in the first test and say you're bowling too slow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then peel off 160. Like,
Next border Gavaskar, when he comes and opens, he's going to be their like marquee
Best
man,
player, yeah.
for sure.
He's
you
so
can see
good.
it coming.
But to end up 9 for 170, and it's like, righto, we're in front by 275. It's probably enough, but they also chased 330 at the Gabba last
Yeah.
time they were here.
That was in the back of our
Gary
minds.
and Scott Boland saved the series
Wag.
in that afternoon, man.
Yeah.
They
They put
saved my life.
50 runs on, or 60, whatever they put on.
Yeah.
India have gone from maybe 115, 120 overs to get 270 with that afternoon as well, when they would have been so G'd up.
Yeah, that was a
We've
big
got to
worry.
come out and bowl like for 20 overs in the afternoon, pretty, deflated.
Yep.
They could have peeled off 80,
Easy.
Next thing, we're batting still. They need 330, and like within probably 20 overs or 10 overs, I reckon, they shut up shop.
Yeah.
Within 10 overs, it was only one team that could win,
Yeah.
and I just went, thank fuck for that.
Mate, I remember
was
we were
such
sitting
a-
at the bar and we're going, come on, boys, another 10. Give us another 10. And then it got
Yeah.
to the point where we're like, fucking let's
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
you mad
We can't
cunts."
lose from
Yeah.
because
I-
they've shut up shop.
It
and
was
I just
that
went,
a roller coaster.
Yes.
and the bowlers done a great job. They've done an awesome job all series. But for fucking Boland and Gary
That was
to
huge.
go out there and put on 60, let me just tell
Herculean
you,
effort.
Scotty Boland faced 74 balls and Gaz faced 55.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just kept him out there. And I just
And-
went, boys, that has literally saved
Huge,
the series.
eh?
Gaz
that-
is finding the rope in most of his shots, and Scott Boland's playing probably some of the best forward defence I've seen all series.
him and Marnus need to go to the nets.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Seriously.
It was like early on, you're like, yeah, you can tell they're a bit shaky, but by the end, Scotty, like against the spinners mainly.
But he
his-
was plonking his front foot and putting his bat next to his pad like you get taught when you're fucking 6.
It was-
Instead of standing on the crease and jumping in the air.
Yeah. It was so like he just had his eye in. It was
Oh,
like,
man.
These two are not two fucking tail ender bowlers, mate. Like,
And then to end up, like, I don't know, we must have been fucking 20 overs in and they were on
Yeah.
about 30. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
And it was
you
like,
could
the
tell
game's
quickly.
over. We can't lose from here. Some of the fucking bowling stats from that fourth innings. Starkey went at 1.5 and over. Cummins went at 1.5 and over.
Yeah.
Boland went at 2.4. Gary went at 1.8 and he bowled 20 overs.
Jesus.
It was like they fully shut up shop and for all money looked like a draw at T. And if you didn't think it was going to be a draw at T, you're probably a bit optimistic.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
right.
But then Richard Punt just served us up a win on a fucking silver platter.
that
didn't
was like
He
the
is-
turning point of that
What
innings.
the fuck? If the field was up, fair enough, hit it in the air. If you got two men back,
Yep.
what are
Bison's
you doing?
on the rope, and the way he played that shot.
But I'm not asking him to block it if I'm
No.
an Indian fan. Absolutely cream it. But
Yep.
fucking hit it on the ground, mate. Like,
Well, he went all right the next inning.
Yeah, you could tell
Yeah,
like
but that was
instinctively.
luck.
Yeah, that's right.
Instinctively, he's just an absolute fucking goer. We know,
I know,
that,
and it is
and
instinct.
it worked at the Gabba. So he's like, "Oh fuck it, maybe I'm going to go for
no,
it." here,"
he
but-
was never going for the win. I don't care. There's no fucking way.
Did you
Yeah.
see what Sunil Gavaskar said in the box when
I
he
think
did
that was about his first innings shot, wasn't it?
Was it?
Where he ended up on the floor, fucking trying
Oh,
to ramp.
oh,
and
it's
yeah.
probably just been put out of context, but I thought it was when he got out and he was just like stupid,
Nah,
stupid,
that was
stupid
That
shot.
was when he ended up on the
Oh,
ground.
was it?
Trying to play that
Yeah.
ramp, and it ended up at the
Yeah,
third
he
man or
ended up
something.
on his big fat ass a few times.
He
that
is.
series.
He has got a bit of beef.
You can tell he's a wicket keeper. He definitely.
But no,
like
that-
running.
Him getting out then just handed us the game.
Yeah.
That was the
And,
turning
like,
point.
There was no way they could win. They
Yeah,
would have had
yeah,
to
it got
go
to
at
a
like
point
fucking
where-
8 and over or something.
Yeah.
There was no way they could
wasn't
win.
happening.
So for him to hit it in the air like that was just like, holy fuck, you've just given us a sniff.
Oh, it was
and
a
that was all
gift.
we needed.
Yeah,
an
yeah.
absolute
And we
gift of a
sniffed.
wicket.
Fuck, we sniffed.
How nice was it? How good? I think that's what made it feel so good when we won after the roller coaster of that game. Like
Yeah,
we just went
yeah,
through
yeah.
everything. Each day had their little things. It was like, oh fuck, and then we went, ooh,
Yeah.
like back, we're good.
Well, that's the
Fucking,
beauty
no,
of
it's
Test
a draw.
yeah.
No, it's not. We're gonna win.
Yeah.
I
It was
can't remember
unbelievable.
a time
Awesome.
like we talk about it going full 5 days, and that's like Test cricket. But I lean more towards how much of a roller coaster it was.
Yeah.
when you're going
Yeah.
through 5 days of cricket, day one we should win. Day two, fuck, they're back in it. Day three, it's still a bit even. Day four, India are probably going to win. Day five, oh,
It's
they're going to
definitely a
win.
draw.
It's a draw.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going
Hang
to
on.
win. Hold on. Oh no, we got it. Like when you go through a full 5 days and it's just completely up and down like that,
Oh, man.
that is the fucking pinnacle of
Yeah,
Test cricket.
it was awesome.
That would have been one of the best
And-
wins ever to be
Yeah.
a part of as a
Oh,
Aussie.
100%. And you hinted at it before too, Tom. I feel like that, and it started a lot with Constus, but that test made non-cricket fans just around Australia to start talking. Like the word on the fucking street was, how's the Boxing Day test to everyone that you
Yeah.
spoke
Mate,
to.
just
It's like,
quickly, did you see? Because I remember when he first I didn't know about him too much, and I had a bit of a look on Instagram, right? On that day where he was like literally when he was batting and followed
Oh,
him
yeah,
on there, and he
yeah,
had
yeah.
like 30,000 followers or
Oh.
20,000. Had a look the next day, cunt, and he had 100 and something.
he
and I went,
gained,
yeah.
he gained like
Holy
90
fuck.
or 100,000
It would have
followers
been all the
overnight.
Indians
Yeah, that's
just
right.
spraying him.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, Bob's and Virgin. Fucking fuck you, bloody.
Bobs and Virgin. I remember that. Oh, man.
You'd be surprised how many other nations like that, like Pakistan, massive rival of India,
Yeah.
they heavily rally around us. Like,
Yeah.
we've got a good camaraderie with Pakistan. Every time we play them, it's like good banter.
Yeah,
And-
because
they'd all be
we
loving-
just flog them.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
But like, yeah, there'd be all those people who were watching just jumped on him, and I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy from doing what he did in that spotlight.
Yeah.
It's because of the way he like played though. Like
Oh,
McSweeney, you know, this is the thing I liked about Constus being a bit like unorthodox and coming out and doing what he did. It was that all series with Bumrah. It was like everyone's terrified of him. You know, you're just getting everyone's getting beaten by the bat, beaten by the bat, beaten by the bat. And McSweeney, I'm not shitting on him, but he did what a normal opening test debutant would do. And
Yeah.
that's just try and hold your crease and see out a ball. And Constus just went. And Paddy Cummins nailed it on the head. He's like, well, he's 19. He's like, if I fucking get this wrong, it's like it's on the selectors. It's not on me. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to play ram shots. I'm going to advance and hook cunts.
I loved every bit of it. I just thought he needs to just settle down a bit in
and
the
he will.
field.
And the thing, like,
No, no,
people-
no,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the
Oh,
shots.
in the field,
the
yeah.
sledging and shit. Like,
Yeah.
earn
Yeah.
your fucking stripes, mate. Come
yeah,
on. You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
He was
That was
definitely.
all.
There was a lot you could. good line between cockiness and confidence.
Yeah.
And sometimes he might have been...
No, but show the confidence when you're batting.
Yeah.
By playing ramps
Yeah, and then
doing
just go on the
whatever.
field and just field.
Clap the bowler in and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
give it up, but don't like pick fights and that.
Yeah, yeah.
The crowd thing was awesome. How he
Yeah.
was
With
like
Bay
stretching
13.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
geeing up the crowd
Yeah.
to come on, get behind the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like the little things he was picking fights in the field, and when he was at short leg, he was just chirping, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck
Yeah.
hell, man. You
Well, I
know
think
what
it was Jaiswal that he was like chirping, and he's just absolutely cranked
Oh,
a
yeah.
shot like mid on,
He was
straight at his
like
fucking
we keep
head.
saying, he was fucking in all their heads,
Yeah.
which worked out well.
It
but
did.
Yeah, it was a bit like, oh, come on, mate, just
People that are like saying like, oh, he obviously will settle down in that, but I'll give him complete benefit of the doubt because, like you said, Tom, the G, that was just him playing his style, but he had to play aggressive in Sydney.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
the only way
everyone
he could
did,
play.
yeah.
So like, I'm keen to see how he really goes in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
These two on a turning pitch in
wonder
the
if he'll go.
subcontinent. Oh, surely he
Well,
will.
who,
be
the
a
f- who do you wouldn't take him out now though, would you?
apparently Travis Head's going to open.
Yeah, I've seen that, and
Which I don't
Peter
mind.
Hanscom's been added into the squad.
Yeah, that's random. But
Well,
I know he is a good
what?
player of spin.
He
but it's-
played in India last year.
So random,
Sorry,
mate.
the year before when we like Porter Gavaskar over there. Like he
Yeah.
usually gets added in for subcontinent games.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nah, look, I just reckon. By the way, everyone who keeps saying Constance, you are illiterate cunts.
It's Constas.
Say his name properly.
Yeah.
Constance.
Do you reckon
Even I can say it right.
there's a bit about like the way he's obviously like Greek, his family's Greek,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's from like Sydney, New South Wales area. There's just so much rugby league about him.
Oh,
I don't
you
know
reckon?
how to like
He's too young.
to see about just the
I love his
confidence and the
snarl.
cockiness.
When
and-
they're coming
yeah.
in, he's got the lip up.
Yeah,
I reckon-
and his brothers and everything. The way he plays, it's like he's been playing fucking rugby league for 15 years.
The
He's
other
just been
thing I'm
the
giving
crack
him
in
the
bag
benefit of the
drink.
doubt is because he's 19, he apparently he dominated every age group, like proper.
You could imagine.
Yeah.
So imagine going out and just making runs at
For
every
fun.
age group.
At your own peril.
Of
yeah.
course you're going to go out there and sledge.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
going to talk shit because you're the fucking man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But then you've gone into Test cricket and sort of tried to do that as well. It's like,
yeah. And did,
woo-woo.
though,
Yeah.
the first game.
Yeah, one game. Yeah. He's
You know
just
what I
got
mean?
a lot to prove, I reckon.
You know, you'd be
So-
walking off there after that first game pretty confident of going, well, I'll just do it here too now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my rod just grew.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 'cause they
I better
the
tuck
boys
me
backed
cock
him.
in.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah,
My
he'll be
balls are so
right.
big,
He'll
I
be
better
right.
just roll them up a bit.
It'll have a bit of because apparently he doesn't bat like that either. Usually,
No.
you know, like he's fucking got a great technique.
Yeah, right.
So-
So he's obviously had that sort of thing after those couple of overs. He went, well, fuck this.
yeah.
I'm not just getting
And then
out
in
like
Sydney,
every other
yeah,
country.
Had to do it.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
was just
That's
a
what I mean.
fucking-
Like the back-to-back centuries he made in the Shield, like it wasn't a strike rate that was extremely aggressive. It wasn't
Nah.
100 or fucking 80 balls. Like you could see, and he can see out a ball, and he showed shades of it, but he needed to play aggressive those two tests. But that's why I'm keen to see. It's like you got a chance now, probably play a few tests in Sri Lanka if they take him. Obviously, a test championship. And then the fucking Ashes next year.
Yeah.
With that bloke. Like, this is a chance for him to really,
Yeah.
like, show
I'll tell you what I
his
hate
colours.
is we only play 3 fucking test matches, I think, before
Yeah,
the
we do.
Ashes.
Oh.
2 in Sri Lanka and then,
then
the,
the Test
championship.
championship.
And it's so spaced out
Yeah.
where it's like, I would like some sort of warm up closer to the first test
Yeah.
for the Ashes next year.
We'll be
But
right. It's only the Poms.
yeah, they're not going to come here and do fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Last one.
yeah, we've rolled them again, 185. I'm trying to make a point of how well these bowlers did because we've gone 150s in there, 180, 175, 260, 230, 155, 185, 157. Out of those 7, 260 was the biggest and the rest were under 200. 6 times you get bowled out for under 200, you're not going to win too many test series.
No.
Exactly. We had
so-
the upper hand most of the series
Yeah.
due to our bowling.
That's right. And they did really well again on the first day in Sydney. India, like, I think if they had their time again, they would have been way more aggressive on day one because it
Yeah.
was really slow. Scotty B's fucking figures at one point were like 17 overs, 2 for 20.
He was going off fucking like 0.8 and over.
He's ended up with 4 for 30 off 20 overs.
I want to have a great big yarn about that bloke after we talk about
big
this game.
suck.
Just
Virat's dad.
and hit true, very true. They all had awesome economy rates just because of how India batted.
Yeah.
They ended up getting rolled for 185 of 72 overs, which is like that's slow for this day and age. It's slow.
Very.
Big Bowie Webster comes in. Sorry, Mitch. Love how Mitch went and said to him like, "This one didn't get." I think they aired it on ABC or something when I was listening. He went and said, "Good luck. Don't tell anyone I said that."
Yeah, is that what he said?
Just joking.
Yeah,
trying to be funny and laugh about it and still. So what we were missing, we've obviously had the 3 frontline quicks.
Yeah.
They dominated.
Yep.
What we were missing was that bloke to not take wickets, but just tie up an end,
Yes.
give the quicks a break.
Exactly.
And
Still
Bo
off
Webster,
for a little bit.
first innings, 13 overs, none for 29.
Fucking perfect.
13 overs is a lot in a
Yeah,
day to
it
bowl. But he was fucking seaming that thing.
Mate,
like,
and he got poor cunt got dropped.
Yeah.
So he should have had a
That's
fucking
right.
wicket.
But
You couldn't really use
regardless,
Gaz.
perfect.
Yeah, mate.
Gaz bowled, 2 overs, and he got a wicket of Gill, which was fucking
I think Gaz
awesome.
bowled
Yeah.
the least that he did.
Exactly.
Fucking.
And that's
Yeah.
It's just a
because
spinner thing,
of
though.
the pitches.
Yeah.
Like it was just a pure seam pitches.
But you're right,
fucking
man.
most
He
of the
was
series.
great.
Oh,
Like he was
just
doing
perfect.
Yeah,
And that's what we
exactly.
were sort of missing from Marsh because he was only bowling like 2 overs here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
3 or
4
4
overs
at
and
the
then-
most.
And never really looked sort of like.
Yeah, apart from Perth where
Yeah.
he took 2 for and he was on and we're like, we're
Yeah,
on here.
yeah. We've
nursing. He
we're
was
onto
nursing
it.
an injury for
Yeah.
Adelaide, so he didn't bowl at all.
That's
there.
right.
Like,
and then he obviously was nursing it the whole way.
yeah, exactly.
But brave call from the selectors and what a decision.
What a call.
So straight away, he just looked at home.
Didn't he?
Like in the gully,
Yeah,
in
he-
the slips.
Oh,
just
a couple of
those-
screamers.
And like
Good
just
catches.
made him look easy too, and he's just huge.
He's a big cunt, isn't
He's
he? Like,
long.
as an Indian, he will fucking mash 3 of you at once. Like, shoulder him, Kohli.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
give that
yeah.
a go. You'll
Fucking-
fall over.
yeah.
So he's had
proper.
a great first day. He goes for 2 runs and over, and he bowled 13 of them. Took 2
Oh,
in the big
Fuck,
buckets.
it was good.
and it was
there's
like,
some
right,
big
we've bowled
hands.
them out here. They're fucking.
They're gone.
And then Kawaja goes, Constus fucked this up because he fired him up.
Yeah.
He fired him up on that last night, and they were right up in his face as we saw.
Yeah.
Which was fucking just an absolute G up again. Like,
Yeah.
I know he was chirping as well, but he's a kid, so fuck off.
Yeah, if Bumrah turned around to him and went,
Yeah.
walked off, like-
Walked at him, and then Kohli did his
Yeah.
classic run, fucking.
Yeah, and it's like, that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, you didn't get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you can,
yeah.
Bumrah should have, like, had every right to
Yep.
turn and be like, oh, he can't.
Jimmy Anderson to Mitchell Johnson in the 2010,
Oh,
2011
the
Ashes.
stare. Oh.
Mitchell Johnson says to him, I don't know why you're chirping now, mate. You're not getting wickets. Next ball,
Oh,
Jimmy Anderson gets a
the
wicket.
series before, yeah,
series
yeah.
before. Anderson turns around and just goes, what?
Yeah.
And then you're like, yep,
Fair enough.
Mitchell Johnson
Yeah.
went, fair enough. But Bumrah sitting there, you're the captain, he's chewing his gum all fucking in his face.
Yeah.
The slip cordon runs up to him. It's like,
Oh, it was fucking.
dude,
stupid.
what about
all
the
you have to do is
first-
acknowledge it, turn around, say, what was that, cunt? And that's it.
What were you thinking? Like, because they only had to face like 4 or 5 overs, the
Yeah,
boys.
3 or
What
4.
were
Yeah.
you
3, I think.
with Constance, because he faces first. Were you thinking, like, were you going, righto, is he going to fuck around? He just dances down
Yeah, I knew
and
he was
just
gonna
cracks
do
the
something.
cunt.
Yeah.
4. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was always going to do
But
that.
good on the cunt, though, for their 4 overs, because I'm like, I was wondering what he was going to do if he was going to not do that, because there was
Yeah.
only those
Yeah.
many. But the fact that he,
I
advanced
fucking
down.
hated that they're blowing up. Bumrah's like, you could tell so quickly he's trying to get another over in the way he's throwing it.
Yeah.
And Aussie's like, hold up. And
They all do it.
they're
Yeah,
pulling him
yeah.
up for slow play. Fucking Washington Sundar took 3.5 years to get off the pitch. Like, they were
Yeah, yeah.
slow play all day. And then as soon as it happens to them,
Every batsman knows.
every
that
batsman
you do it.
knows. Yeah. And then I liked the way that Constus G'd up a bit. He said something and it was like, you know what, good, like fucking give it to him. This is the last test. I liked the fiery bit of it.
That
But
hurt.
what hurt was that
hurt
Uzi
me.
was like, thanks mate, cheers for sticking up for me. I'm going to look like a fucking fool now and snick one off.
I actually couldn't believe that. I'm
Yeah.
like, righto, one ball to go, nice, and then that happened, and I was sitting there in disbelief for a bit. I'm like, he didn't. Did he drop it or something?
Yeah.
No.
It just felt, was
Yeah.
he like embarrassed us a little bit?
Oh,
it was like, mate, like, did you need to jump around?
But
like
what
that?
annoyed me was the next morning that fired them up, man. They were
big time.
And I'm going 185. If we go down here, and let's say we had a lost that because it was on a knife's edge.
It really was.
Just with the pitch. I was going, surely we can't lose 2 tests when they've batted first and we bowl them out for 150 and 180.
That's what felt so like.
And I'm going, surely we cannot lose 2
Yeah.
test matches when we bowl them out for less than 200 both times in the first innings.
That's what I mean about before when I was saying, like, it's day 2 and it's still up in the air. And I was like, we have been so dominant this whole series.
Yeah.
It's felt like we've fucking won and we could have a 2-all draw here. Like,
some reason-
that would have just stung so much.
Everyone was talking about how the pitch was going to flatten out on day 2, but no one realised how soft it was on day 1 and all the indentations just made it quickened up on that second morning.
Yeah, well, the full day of sun on day 2 probably helped it a bit.
And
for
we're
day
fucking,
3,
96 for 5, and I'm going 180 looks miles away here.
Oh, on that pitch, I was thinking 180 is like 400.
I was thinking, did you think, like, when Bumrah went down, right, and he went off, I'm thinking, sweet, hopefully these cunts can capitalise a bit here.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I was thinking he's going to bowl the last inning. So I'm like, we need to make the most of this. Nah, they've stepped up and got us out, even though it was our tail. I'm going, we've fucking wasted not having to face Bumrah here.
Yeah.
And then he's got, and by the way, I'd have a sore back as well if I carried 10 cunts through 5 fucking test matches.
It was a little bit ironic that it was his back.
Yeah.
It's like you literally have
but
been
look at how the
carrying
cunt bowls, man.
Yeah. But I thought he was going to come back. Like, you know, how he come back in, he sort of run off. They weren't saying fuck all. They still didn't say fuck all.
Well, I don't actually know 100% what his injury is, and I don't think anyone does.
You know what? I thought it was a bit fucking soft. I thought
Of him.
It's
Like,
the
come on,
second,
Bruss. It's the last.
You will not have to bowl again for God knows how
The
long.
last hurrah.
My thoughts was get a fucking needle.
That's
Like,
that's what I mean.
We don't know the severity of his injury.
I don't care.
But I'm just gonna say, if it's a niggle and you're worried about, oh fuck, you don't have to think about a 6th test.
Cooper Cronk played with a fucking purple foot in a grand final.
Yeah.
He played with a
Broken
dislocated shoulder. Like,
you go.
there's been a lot more Herculean efforts than that. Even fucking Michael Clark 2014-15, he was injured as fuck. He still come out in the first test.
Yeah.
He played from his mate
No,
Hughes.
Anyway.
Yeah. But
Apart
Get a
from
fucking
shitting
needle
on
and go
him,
back
I
out
would
there.
have. I thought he would have bowled.
yeah,
Just
me
'cause
too. Remember we were texting, we're going, he's bowled.
He's bowled.
He's going to bowl.
There's no way he's going to be that weak and not bowl.
That weak gutted dog.
And when he didn't come out to bowl, that first, like, even though it was still close for a bit and they were getting a few wickets, that first few overs from Siraj.
I couldn't believe it.
I was running around.
I couldn't
the
believe
house
it. I'm
just-
like, they fucked it.
I can't
Going
remember.
off, man.
I can't remember the debutant's bowler's name, but
yeah,
Prasad.
it started with a
Krishna.
P.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Let's
And
call him Krishna.
they've come out and pretty well all you had to do on that pitch was just
Put it
bowl
on
like
a length and just
pitch it up
it'll
at
do
a
it.
length, top of off stump, like the most textbook ball, and just let the pitch do it. And they went, let's bowl it at his head, or let's go down leg side.
What are you
or,
at?
The first over, did you see the fucking...
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
They were spread
One
from
went for
one over.
Yeah.
One went for buys because it was fucking 3 meters
Yeah.
past his head. It was like
Poor cunts.
user panicking.
I went, holy fuck, they have shit the bed.
Yeah, they
Proper-
did. They
Yeah,
did. They
the
shit
bed this time.
They've shit the street.
Just before we get there, though, what about Scotty's 6 for?
I
Sorry.
was not chirping about Scotty this whole time because I want to talk just about that man
Okay,
for a bit
we
after
will.
we finish it all.
We'll give him his own individual
Yeah,
suck.
that's what I'm...
We nearly fucked it, by the way. Stark went for 16 off the first over.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And I was going, oh, my
That
God, what are we
was
doing?
shit.
What is going on? Why
3
are all
fours in
my
a row, wasn't
nightmares
it?
coming true?
Yeah.
And they ended up in a fucking pretty good spot. And
Yeah, well, old mate tonked fucking...
60 off 30.
Yeah.
That was,
Richard.
But he sort of showed us, that's how we're going to have to bat. Or something similar. Not to that extent.
Yeah, go at it.
But go at it.
And we were much aggressive.
But fuck, man, I was freaking out. I'm going, if they get anywhere near 200, we are in big shit.
Well, yeah, in a
Yeah.
game like that, the difference between them getting 150 and getting 200 was like such a fucking
Yeah.
big difference.
For us
sure.
to come out on that.
Especially not knowing if Bumrah was bowling yet.
Yeah,
We were
exactly.
going,
Yes.
fuck. It's
I
a
was
lot.
thinking, I was actually being optimistic for once, and I'm going, if we need to chase 250, we'll get it. We will get it, surely.
You had a
Come
feeling
on,
that
and
the
then-
boys would just dig deep.
But then to come out and take 4 for 15 on that ended up being the last morning of the game. In like half an hour or an hour, we took 4 for 15. I just went, fuck off. We're only chasing 160.
Yeah.
This is
How have we
huge.
pulled this off?
Yeah.
That
Especially
whole-
after fucking Smith dropped that catch.
Oh,
Went for
boy.
the big specky and it was going
Jadeja.
straight into Usman's
Yeah,
lap.
the
And
old-
I just went,
You felt like that
He,
one was going to come back and haunt us.
Smith, like that one was just a poor read or whatever, but Smith dropped a couple of fucking.
he
bread
dropped one
basket-
absolute
He dropped
dolly.
two.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
dropped two that were fucking like I don't know. It's
Oh,
just
one
not
of
Smith.
One
It's
of them
just
kind
not
of pitched
Smith.
up a bit higher than he expected, I think. And
Yeah.
then
I'll still cop him because he's taken 195
Oh, yeah.
of them. But
yeah.
he's about to be
That-
the greatest
I
fielder
was-
in
But
Australian
take the easy
history.
ones, cunt.
I was
You go-
going off, man, when he dived across. I'm
Yeah.
like, you fucking ADHD
Yeah,
cunt. Just
he just got a bit
stand
of like
still.
bit of white line fever, and it was almost like when they showed it as well. You looked at the slip placement, and you're like, why are first and second so
Yeah,
close?
but I think they stand there like that. It wasn't that. He just
Yeah.
made a poor fucking decision.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
you
just
just
got excited
when
and
Uzi's
walked.
doing this in his lap, and he's fucking diving out. 2 meters
Jadeja has
apart.
just got this weird thing where he always makes 40 or 50 against us, and I was just like, why?
Oh, they
why?
him, Washington Sundar, like the last few series.
That
you
was-
just,
yeah.
Even when they're 8 you're just like, I need to see Bumrah out there batting before I feel confident.
Yeah, I know.
These fucking tailenders can just
To
bat.
get both of them in the first half an hour, I went, oh,
And
I was just doing
just
laps.
quickly on Washington Sundar, Jadeja, their all-rounder, one of the better all-rounders in the world.
The best.
I'm pretty
By
sure
a
ranking
mile.
he is the best.
By a
Bowls like
mile.
pretty good, like decent spin and can bat very well. What the fuck was Washington Sundar there for? Was he there just to bat at 8?
Mate, we said this on the fucking.
Is he like the
last
shit cunt in
day.
your team that like, bats 8, doesn't bowl?
That's like what I used to do.
Oh, like what you fucking said about your dad on the last show.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
But he loves you.
He does. He loves you heaps.
Yeah, and I like him too. We're shitting on India, mate. Not me.
Yeah, sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. We were down the beach on that Sunday with the fucking phones up and everything. Had to go to this birthday party. Loved it. First birthday party. Really enjoyed
Cricket
it.
was still on.
Yeah, exactly.
shout out to Kaya.
Actually, shout out to the fucking dad's dad, so the granddad of the
Yeah.
1-year-old, said, I'm not coming, the cricket's on.
Oh, wow.
Did he not show up?
Amazing.
Like,
Holy fuck.
came to town, lives out of town.
Yeah.
Came to town for the fucking part. For
Yeah.
the,
And then said, fuck off.
it's his grandchild's
Yeah.
first.
So he's rocked up though.
He's came to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then said happy birthday, Dale, or whatever.
I'm not coming to the beach. I'm
Oh, yeah.
staying at home to watch the
Yeah.
cricket.
Well,
That's
cunt
brilliant.
to-
I'm
but
sure they'll
I would have been dirty,
Mate,
on that.
I'll tell you who
still,
was
though.
dirty. The blokes who went, nah, we got to go.
Oh, and then
They're
they're
like,
going,
the
Granddad's
fucking granddad's not
Yeah.
Nah, but it was prime. 'cause
Yeah, you can
then we
still
were
watch
with
it.
we were with all the boys.
Yeah.
there. And we were there fucking watching it. And yeah, someone goes, what the fuck is Washington playing? The spinner has not bowled one over, and then they bowl him for the last cut.
Yeah.
And he gets number 10 or something
Yeah.
off one.
Like he did all right at the crease, but it just reeked of like a fucking bats 8 doesn't bowl.
Why did he-
You've already got an all-rounder in there. You don't need a second
Like
spinner.
we played Gary as well, and he bowled fuck all. But
Surely
but
he
we
would have
had
got
one spinner.
sledged, wouldn't
Yeah.
he? If there's anyone you can sledge, it was DC.
yeah,
when he was
fuck
batting.
yeah. What are you doing here, mate?
Yeah.
It's a green top.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. You thought they'd see the pitch and then maybe go, oh.
They should have played shallow.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
think Shallow was injured. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Well, they should have played harsh shit.
Oh, yeah, he's prime. He would have done awesome.
And then we go out to bat. Obviously, we just talked about the first few overs and how awesome that was.
Yeah.
I said in a group chat with some mates, I said, the terrible things I would do to be none for 50 before we went out to bat.
Yeah.
And
The
next
next
thing,
minute-
3 overs, we're number 35, and I went, I swear I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
This looks all right.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, mate, that fucking innings from Webster.
Yeah, mate.
Just
Awesome,
Fuck,
mate.
like you expect it
What
from
more
Head.
can he? What more can he do?
Nothing.
That Webster could
Well,
he
he's
have
in
done
for 10
that
years.
game?
Or
Yeah.
5 years, because the cunt's fucking 93 model. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's 31 years
He's
old.
31.
But you feel
Feels
for
like
him,
my old man.
'cause
Yeah.
obviously Cam Green will take his spot when he comes back. I think.
Probably, but what?
But yeah, but it did just.
He just looked at home.
He looked so
Prime.
solid.
He went, hey,
Yep.
I know how to put my front foot out and play a
Cracking,
cover
yeah.
drive."
And
Like just along the ground too, like
Yeah.
not risky, not in the air, just pumping.
yeah. I'm not trying to sound like a complete cricket batting analytical expert here, but it
'Cause you
looked
are.
like he played his shots really late. So he would just pound the fucking ball into the ground every time, and it just looks so confident.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, they call him the slug.
He's from
gotta-
Snug, that's why.
It's got to be because he has the biggest. Nah, it's because his dick's huge. I
Okay,
reckon.
but he is from
I reckon
Snug
he would have a
in
fucking
Tasmania.
forearm hanging off him. Like the way he come out, and he would have like the biggest box. in
Doesn't
his
surprise
pants.
me after that game.
Yeah.
He, some of the strike rates, Usman 41 off 45, Head 34 off 38, and then 39 off 34. That was exactly what we needed.
Did we
Yeah,
go
well, you're not going to
4-5 by the
fuck
end?
around on that pitch, are you?
Nah,
Yeah.
four down. Like,
But the
Well, you think
wickets.
fuck Usman finally fucking
did something.
did something
Jeez, I was
for us
blowing
there.
up
He-
when he got out, though. I was like, fuck off, you just under-edged one.
I know.
Off
That's
a
what I
pull
mean.
shot.
Like, the wickets that were taken, Smudge might have had 10,000 runs on his match.
Oh,
so,
how's
so he's half throwing his
But
bat
that was
up
a
shoulder
fucking-
height.
That ball was fucked.
It
Yeah.
was, but it was one that was he usually doesn't
Play
often
at.
play
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
I
I
just
know.
mean the poor cunt.
Yeah, now he's
Yeah.
got to go to Sri Lanka
Yeah, who gives, like, if he does in Sri Lanka, it's like
after a night on the dial and
Yeah.
just fucking hit a single and no cunt will be
It just
there.
would have been biblical if he had done it at Sydney.
I know. That's why I'm
Would have
going.
been
You
fucking
poor
biblical.
There will
cunt.
literally be 1,000 people in the stadium in fucking
It'll just
Gully
be
or
like-
wherever
yeah.
they play.
And
it'll just-
half of us will probably be asleep because it'll be on a fucking
Imagine Jane
long
McGrath Day. You just
Oh,
knock a single.
Smithy.
Yeah, and then you end up playing and you win it for your nation.
You make
and-
40 not out,
Yeah.
win it for your
It
country.
was just, and he just felt like he got a bit too toey.
yeah.
And then the Marnus wicket
Oh,
was
mate.
It was like a late cut.
No,
that
it
went
wasn't.
straight to fucking
It was
Jaiswal.
some gay shot that he's invented for himself, and
That's
he's
what
got
I mean.
out twice.
It
playing
wasn't
it.
like he beat the bat. It was
Put
he,
that away.
He knew that it was dumb.
It
to
was
play
very
it.
annoying.
Leave it or fucking hammer it.
It went straight to Gully, and he just straight away went, "Why did I do that?" And it's like, "Yeah, mate, why did you?"
Leave
Yeah.
it or hammer it.
He had a
wasn't
couple of
needed.
good innings, but just
He made 370s,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
good. That the 270s that he made
On Boxing Day,
in
yeah.
Melbourne were crucial, especially that
Yeah.
second one.
He like
That was
it
big
almost
time.
felt like he might have deserved a century at the G.
Gee, definitely. He was
But,
batting
like,
really well.
Like, there's no centuries to his name from that series, but like he just did his job after a lot of
Sort
shit
of.
over
He
his
still
head.
averaged-
sort of.
He averaged low 20s.
After Perth and then Adelaide, yeah, it was decent, but Melbourne, and it was like
He
did
played
it, he
his
did
part in
job.
some games to help us win. So
He
you
wasn't-
can't
yeah.
fully shit on him, but just
He wasn't the
fucking
Marnus of
hell.
old where he's just fucking making hundreds every
When the dust
series,
settles, he averaged 20. So
but- Yeah, I don't know, if you overlook the whole series, it looks average, but no one had, you see a lot of series and times we played India and that people are coming to Australia or we're having a batsman, most of the time it's been Steve Smith, who's getting 600-700 runs a fucking series. We haven't had that recently in Australia.
bowler-friendly wickets,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you say. So.
Right, Scott Boland.
Yeah, Scott.
Fuck me, that
Dude.
bloke just like so. I remember before we went away, we were going. I know my opinion was that it was like, well, Hoff, you can't take him out when he's fit. But I think I've changed my thing after watching. Yeah, I just go, how the fuck can you say, good work, Scotty? You just absolutely killed it over every other cunt who's bowling. Go back to the bench so Hoff can bowl. I just can't. I just think that is. Yeah, I don't know. I would rather leave him there, and if he doesn't perform, Hoff straight in. But I think I've changed.
It's like I remember before the Adelaide Test, we were saying, yeah, we'll see how we go. He's obviously a cold hero and he can do his job, but he had just come off away series where he's averaging fucking 4 million overseas. Like he hasn't been great in England and whatnot. And then he did well in Adelaide, did pretty fucking good in Melbourne, but Sydney was his glory.
Yeah.
I just think I don't want to
He took 20 wickets in
Yeah.
3 tests. That was
It was fucking
unreal.
brilliant, and he's more than his job. on the Australian pitches,
He was
which
the
he
best
absolutely
bowler.
nails.
I'll tell you
I
who's
just-
lucky that he didn't play all 5 was Bumrah, because he wouldn't have got player of the series.
Yeah.
20
Like-
wickets in 3 tests.
Yeah.
Like, he would have taken more wickets
Yeah.
than
The
Bumrah.
thing I love about Scotty too is that, like, you see Starkey's a completely different. He's a swing bowler. He's a new ball pace. Scotty bowling every time is just top of off.
Yeah.
And just let,
Yeah.
like, let the batters make a mistake rather than force something erratic.
And that's what I'm saying about the like where how my tunes changed a bit, because I'm like, yeah, it's not like he come in, he took a couple of wickets, he contributed, he kicked Indian whole.
Yeah,
He really
yeah.
did.
Like fucking
It's-
smashed them.
Took 3
It's gotta
fizz,
be-
4 fizz,
Oh,
5 fizz.
I just go, how
Yeah.
can you actually bench a cunt after
Yeah.
that?
It's going to be
performance?
hard, but like
I don't think they will have to, because
Hazelwood's still be injured for Sri Lanka.
Oh, well, Starkey might.
that
Oh.
or I don't think Hazelwood's going.
No.
And Cummins is talking about staying because his
Oh, 'cause
wife's about
he's-
to have a baby.
Yeah, so he's
So-
probably. I can't see him going.
Boland will play in Sri Lanka, and then we don't have to worry about it till next summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Hazelwood,
yeah,
like,
I just, it's
it's
fucking,
definitely, especially for the Ashes coming up. It's like, right, that's our home decks. That's the only difference for me is that if you're going overseas, and say we had an Ashes in England this year, or for the Test Championship final that we're playing at Lords,
Yeah.
it's like Boland does so well at home. Hoff, it's so hard. It's such a fucking good headache because Boland's so good, but Hoff
But I mean-
is our most economical fucking bowler.
Hoff
But
will
I
be
mean,
playing.
you have both there though. But it's I can't see the damage in letting Boland keep his spot, and if he doesn't perform on a game where you
Yeah.
know Hoff probably would have, you go righto, bud.
I think
almost
overseas, maybe
I'm not
like
sure.
Hoff should play priority over Boland, but at home, you know, we probably don't have to make this decision much because Hoff is injured a lot.
We don't have to make fuck all.
Well, we know, I mean, he's
yeah, I know
shows
what you're
nation,
saying.
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
And Sri Lanka's going to tell
Glad I
us
don't have to
nothing
make the
because
decision.
Yeah, so-
we might even only play 1 quick over there.
Yeah,
It
because
could
it's
be an
it's
absolute
spinners.
goat
Yeah.
track.
Like
yeah.
they'll take Gary, Kuhneman,
Yeah,
Schwepson,
Yeah.
Goggles.
They're
like,
they're
they'll
taking
all go.
Todd Murphy and Kuhneman.
Yeah,
righto.
Yeah.
Schwepson, I don't know if he's gone, but you might only play 2 quicks. And like,
Because like, what would you do there though? Like, as in, would you put Hoff straight back in, Boland straight back on the bench?
If it's first test of the Ashes next year and you've got a healthy Hoff and a healthy Boland, I think you got to go Hoff.
I'm almost playing, is it a day game? Because I'm almost playing 3 of them and not dropping Stark
yeah.
for the first test and then
You know what?
bring him back for the pink ball.
You know what I think is
Well, Starkey, yeah, if he's ripping in how hard he bowls and fast, he
Yeah.
probably needs one. Otherwise, he'll probably end up lame for a game like
Yeah.
he was this year.
This is might be a bit rogue, but I reckon it comes down to the actual day. You walk out, you see the pitch. If it's a green top and it's seaming, drop Gaz.
Yeah, that's always
Yeah,
an
and just
option
have
as
the-
well.
like,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
never thought about that in terms of we've
No,
just
they
always
would
had.
have. They would have thought about that.
Surely
in Sydney.
this series as well, you're thinking like you get to the toss, you don't have to announce your side until
Yeah.
then. It's like
Yeah.
if you
No,
walk
that's a
out to the
good
pitch
call.
and you see maybe Gaz, just take a break, mate. You're only going to bowl 2 or 3 overs.
Only
anyway.
on a pitch like Sydney was.
Exactly, but if
or
it's
if that year we played South Africa and Brisbane.
Yeah,
If
exactly
it's like
right.
that, then you go right.
it's a massive green
And
top.
you're not dropping gas.
No,
you're playing
exactly.
full. They just call it playing full quick bowlers.
We've just been
because-
so accustomed to our quartet for the last 8 or 9 years.
And that's why,
Yeah.
and that's why before he did this series, I was like, look, you just can't. Hoff's there, but I'm just like, you can't ignore.
He's got fucking
Nah,
50
man.
something wickets at about fucking 15 or something.
Yeah,
Like,
he has one of the. But they showed his
off
like
its
his
head.
fucking
Yeah.
economy and his like his average
his
compared
average
to like.
is fucking nuts.
It's up there with
great
names I've
problem
never
for us to
heard
have.
of, like
Yeah.
fucking convicts in 1860
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
English blokes. He's up there with them in terms of averages, where it's like they were bowling in my fucking like backyard 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's up there with that kind of like, who are these people?
So I think we
He's
got-
that good.
You obviously got the Perth test first, which is a day game, and then you've got Brisbane, which is the pink ball test next summer.
Yeah.
So
it
and
is
then you've
too.
got Adelaide, which is a day game, and then the rest are day games. So it's like, yeah, well, obviously we'll wait and see. But do you not play Stark in Perth and play Cummins, Hazelwood, Boland, and then play him in Brisbane when he's just fresh.
When he's going to be on.
Because he's going to swing the pink ball. You have to play him.
Yeah,
he's the best pink ball bowler ever.
To be honest, it's a hard one too because, like I said, I really fucking loved Stark for those first 4 games.
And it's just that different angle, left armour.
Yeah,
faster.
obviously that point of difference.
Yeah,
faster.
That first 4 or 5 overs, if Starkey is on, it can like really.
Well, I think 3 times he's got a wicket for the first ball of a test.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's hard.
It's a cunt.
It's a fucking good headache.
I just thought it was a good question to bring up because I'm going, personally, mine's fucking.
Yeah, if all 4 of them pace bowlers are healthy and then Gaz is healthy as well, I honestly reckon they should just wait until the day of the toss and they see the pitch and they see the conditions and then they go, right, we won't play Gaz or, it's going to swing a bit more today.
Yeah, but did
we'll put
Perth's
Starkey
pitch look that bad for, like...
No.
Both teams getting rolled for 150
no,
or less.
it didn't. Like, it wasn't a massive, like, fucking
but
bowlers
it just did heaps.
But in recent, it's different now being at Optus, but if you were to say 3 or 4 years ago, we'll take Starkey out of the whacker, like...
No.
You fucking wouldn't. Like, it is just so beautiful for him, and he's taken so many good wickets.
So the problem is
Perth's different now.
Is that for a good wicket for Boland, Hoffa's going to go well as well. As in they're both going to do good.
They are similar bowlers in terms of just that textbook
line length, fucking make them play when they shouldn't.
Got to
exactly
play
right.
Yeah.
You
got to play them all.
Just play them all.
Can we drop
Boland's
a
an
batsman?
all-rounder now anyway, so just fucking chuck him up.
Yeah, that's a good carry bat at 6.
Can we drop Marnus and then just have 5 bowlers?
Nah, you wouldn't play Webster or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't
Paddy
play
can be our all-rounder. Can we just have 12 in the field, surely?
Anyway,
let Scotty Boland open, cunt. His forward defence was
but
brilliant.
Scotty Boland, I fucking love you.
He is...
I love you, cunt.
Like an absolute cult hero.
He is.
Like,
and
if
he doesn't
wasn't
say
already...
a word.
No, you hear fuck all out of him. If there's no shit in him, whatever, he just gets cunts out for fun.
Yeah, he's... You know who he is kind of similar to? Stuart McGill. Around that time with the quartet where he would come in a couple of times for Sydney.
Yeah, he played a lot more games than you'd think, because Warney was injured a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
You watch heaps of old games and Warney's commentating. Early 2000s and McGill's just taking
Still
wickets
couldn't
for
have
fun.
a day off.
What was I going to say? Usman and Labuschagne need to fucking sort their techniques out for next summer.
I don't think Usman will because he'll just retire.
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan, he's just going to retire.
Is he?
He's 38.
He's 38 or something.
Yeah.
I think
just like, you can't keep getting away with not moving one way or the other. And you're going to get out if you stand there and try and back your eye to just sort of catch up with the ball.
Hang the
That's
bat
it.
there,
Hang the
sort of
bat
thing,
and try and catch up with the ball. Like it hasn't worked for 150 years.
Yeah, what makes you
it's
think
not going to start now.
It looks like almost an instinctive thing. You just go, just panics.
Marnus does that little movement where he moves both feet just before the bowler lets the ball go and then doesn't move from there. And his feet are so close together on the crease and he just sort of
it's pretty
fiddles
fucking
at it.
common knowledge that like we've got fiddlers like in terms of smudge.
Yeah.
And like everyone's talked about his movement across the crease and that, but it's just common knowledge that by the time you are playing and you can see the ball releasing, you need to be
moving one way or the other.
Yeah, you can't be fucking going all crazy.
Just quickly, after that first sort of couple of innings, how nice was it to see Smudge for those couple of games?
Yeah, just back.
Yeah.
The way
we're like, thank you, cunt.
That
I would
first-
have been shattered if we didn't see an innings
It's
from
just
him
so
like
nice
that.
to watch because of his technique and everything. So it felt like being 6 or 7 years ago.
He'll do it again next summer.
He will. That first
Fucking
50 at the Gabba was hard work and toiling, getting beaten from the bat. And then that last 50, he settled in. That whole time he was at the crease in Melbourne in that first
It just
innings,
looked good, eh?
It just looked like, this is him in fucking 2015, man. Like, it was so nice to watch.
How good's cricket?
So the top
I'm so
order
sad
form,
it's done.
top order form is where we need to improve before next summer.
Yeah.
Is just getting a better, solid foundation.
I think
Bowlers will do the job.
we're going to need to...
Not having batting collapses in the
batting collapses, exactly, like really bad ones.
Yeah, like just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
bang.
yeah,
Like we've got fucking 200 there. We've done well then.
One thing's for sure is England, this whole Bazball McCullum era thing, I reckon it is teed up for this to not to obviously they were going to play well at home as well.
Yeah.
But it's designed to come to Australia. No other country. It's designed to come to Australia and fucking win. Because they got fast
100%.
bowlers that are quicker than any other quartet that they've had ever. They might have had the odd quick one, but they've always been
Anderson
that
and Broad
130, you know.
Yeah, Anderson brought a
They've
notorious
got
seamers and
fucking
swingers.
Jofra Archer, Mark Wood, they're 150s. Like
Gus
fast
Atkinson
bowlers,
is actually bowling pretty well
yeah,
too now as well.
and they're sloggers.
Yeah.
So they're going to come and play the shots and score 400 in a
exactly
day.
like we said about like that last pitch, right? You had to play buzz ball.
Yeah.
Like you had to fucking go to the ball because if you hung around, it was going to do stupid shit off the pitch and you're just going to get out.
So one thing's for sure, we can't have fucking batting collapses.
No.
So,
But
yeah,
who's-
we'll sort that out.
Like Osman,
we'll sort it out.
I think Osman will definitely play in Sri Lanka. Like he is
Yeah, I think
our
so.
well-known subcontinent like best player.
He's
He'll probably play the Test Championship final. Does he have another Ashes in him?
I don't know.
Is he going to be fucking batting at 39 opening in that Ashes, or are we going to see someone in the next 10 to 9 months get bled in?
Well, it
and
might depend on what happens with these fucking all-rounders, man. If Webster just tees off and he's looking unreal, or Marsh is, or fucking Cameron Green's ready to come back in, and Head might go, well, fuck, you go up there at the top.
Yeah,
Who
I
knows?
know. I thought that as well with Head, but I love him coming in at
And
3
just
for
saving our
150.
hole.
Yep.
Or 3 for 200, knowing that he can score a runner ball.
I don't like if we have Constas opening and Head opening.
Nah, you need that balance.
You
don't
need,
ya?
you need like how
One
Aussies-
cunt that's going to see the shine off.
McSweeney
exactly.
might come back in.
I think if
wouldn't be
McSweeney comes back
opposed
in,
to that.
he'll be middle order. I don't know if they'll ever experiment him at the opening spot again though. But it's something that is definitely going to be. in
One
the
thing's for
thought.
sure is we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking hope we will.
What was I going to say? Oh, just with the whole Kohli aggression, the whole team, Kohli's built this up over a decade, this hatred for Australia, and I'm going to be super aggressive and in your face. The only reason I fucking hate it so much is because I want us to be like that.
Oh, same.
I want Australia to be
Well,
in
we
your
used to.
face.
I
know,
wish we had
that's
some
why-
more cunt in
That's
us.
why I want us to be like that, because that's what I grew up remembering.
Well, that's why I like what Constance is doing, because I'm like, thank you. Someone's
Yeah.
got a bit of grub in them.
Yeah, I do.
Or a
enjoy
bit,
it.
a bit of shit.
I'd
Like
just
maybe
rather
it's-
it be like, when was it? 2013, 14 Ashes. And this is going back way before then when we were really aggressive because we just used to bash England all the time and
Yeah.
we're just into them
We
all
had
the
a
time.
reputation of
But
being
the
bullies.
captain of the team, Michael Clark, says face up, get ready for a broken fucking arm. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the bloke I want doing it, not
Exactly.
the young
Do
fella,
Do you know what? Do you know, like, after Kohli put the shoulder into Constas,
flatten him.
right? Constas. I'm
sat him on
thinking,
his ass.
why the fuck aren't our blokes, like, the older lads going, you're right, cunt?
Yeah.
Like, you little
Yeah.
fucking pissant
Yeah.
fuck.
When
I
he
love
come out
Like
to battle
Webster
something.
going, would you like me to snap you in half?
Yes, with my
Fuck
big
yeah.
cock.
You know, it's just
smash it
it's
over your
just-
head.
I'll hit you into the ground like a nail with me knob.
So I do want us to be like aggressive how they play, not the whole fucking run up to the batsman
Yeah.
screaming at him and shit.
It's
Just
been
a
a
bit of-
brand, and the thing is, like, it's because it's worked. Like Paddy has said, he's like, oh well, we're not going to buy into people's shit. We're not going to
Yeah.
buy into
Well,
what they do.
straight away
And
you
because,
go,
yeah.
like Smudge isn't ever going to be,
Nah.
Cummins isn't ever going to be. I think Head's got a bit of shit in him
Yeah,
when
he's
he,
got a
when
bit
he
of cunt
wants
in him, doesn't
to.
he?
Stark has that shit in him
Yeah.
when he needs to. You got those couple of lads still there.
Hoff has cunt in him for sure.
But anyway,
Yeah.
what's good is that Virat has just absolutely done it with us.
He's tarnished
Just-
anything, like
Mate,
any relationship with Australia.
He's averaging fucking about 30 in the last 5 years. Yes, he's a very, very, very good player. He's made 30 test hundreds. But his average has fallen to like 46 or something. And
He's-
if you want to be an all-time great test player, this is just my opinion, you got to average 50.
Yeah.
You have to
If you
average
look
50.
at the best of the best, and
They've
you're
always
it's
averaged
got-
50.
they're always above 50s, and someone
Yeah.
like regardless of his runs and that, it's longevity and 40s is
Ricky Ponting didn't finish his career how he would have wanted. Like he obviously
No,
he
and
retired, but he was well out of form. He was
Yeah.
2
he was
years,
getting
yeah.
out in these weird ways and shit, but he still averaged like 55.
and he had
in the-
13,000
at
runs.
the end. 4100s and he averaged over 50, even though that happened. Whereas Virat has been going that bad for that long, and then he come out and made an absolute clown of himself for 5 tests.
Yeah.
Like with all his antics and the
Is he gonna be,
sandpaper
like,
thing, and it's like, mate, what are you doing?
Like, it's obviously Sachin is their greatest, and no one's going to come close to him. 15,000 runs, like
Almost 16. The
yeah,
kid.
and
Fucking
he's
hell.
a
He
bit of a
played
gentleman
200
of the game.
games though.
Yeah.
No one will ever do that again.
Like Kohli, for a long time, was going to be regarded as he's going to be as good as Sachin. They treated him like a god. Do you feel like in the last few years, because his test form has been so shit, and he's that arrogance that he's always had about him, it's kind of not tarnished it completely, like his reputation, but he's not considered up there with like some of the like top 3 greatest.
I think it has.
Indians.
He's fully done his number with Australia. Like he has just. I reckon he has.
Well, with Australia for sure, but I meant in general with India. Like, are they going to regard him on the same?
No, never. They'll never think. They'll still think he's one of the greats, but they'll never surpass him. Sachin.
He physically
Maybe in
cannot.
one-day cricket because
He's brilliant.
He's
with
the
the
best
whiteboard.
fucking one-day cricketer I've ever seen. Like he is unbelievable.
Yeah, we have said that ourselves many times.
He's he's unbelievable. At the
Too
50
bad we
over
weren't
game.
playing one day.
No, that's right. He
And
needs to
when
do-
you did, we fucking beat you in
He
the World
needs to
Cup.
do something with his technique because he got out the same way fucking 8 times.
Dude, I reckon like a blind 3-year-old could go out there and if he said, hey, just like where the 5th stump should be, just bowl it down, Kohli would go, oh,
He
fuck, right, I'll
will
snick
have
it off.
nightmares over that
Yep.
because it was like you could tell when he got out in the last test.
Oh,
He was so angry that
ropeable,
he even played the shot.
It was
It's-
weird. It's like he just pushed his bat out so often. It's like a tick of his. He's like, he has to play it.
It's like a
Yeah.
9-volt battery. You know you're not supposed to put your tongue on it. But
I
you
think
do.
Kinda
before
wanna
the
do it,
series,
yeah.
I wanted to like him because obviously he is a really, really great
yeah.
player. And
We've
you want to like
always-
the great players.
Well, look, it's
But
blokes
I don't like him
Well,
now.
it's blokes like him though. If he wasn't there, it's not as exciting. You don't have
Yeah.
that person. That's not like that Siraj man.
That's what all the Bob
you know,
and Virgins say
Yeah,
online.
yeah, that's right.
Kohli saved series because
Yeah.
he's been instigating crowd. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, mate.
Yeah, righto, champ.
3-1.
Yep. Just quickly before we do move off.
Yeah,
any
we'll have
cricket.
to. It's
Yeah.
fucking hell.
I was going to say we're splitting her up.
The mic drop is we hold every single bilateral trophy.
That is pretty good, eh?
So
I did not know
amazing.
that.
the Ashes, the Border Gavaskar, the series against Pakistan, South Africa, Windies, Sri Lanka, New
Zealand.
Zealand, all the big ones. We hold the trophy for all of them. We also hold the Test Championship and the ODI World Cup.
And
We
I-
don't hold the T20, but
Yeah, I know.
biggest fuck.
Australia
We don't
is
hold-
cricket.
yeah.
We don't hold the game for kids trophy.
Yeah, we
the
don't.
T21.
Like, it doesn't, T20 World Cup doesn't matter unless we win it.
When is that actually? Because that would be.
Oh, they play one every fucking year,
2
I swear.
years.
It was in America last year, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, so it'll be 2026. So there's not another ODI one.
Till
We could
2027.
win the Test Championship again, win the Ashes,
Yeah, or just retain
and then
the
win
cunt.
win the T20, and we'll hold everything. Imagine that.
Oh.
That,
At
will
least
that will never happen again.
We've won everything. Like, we've won the T20 World Cup recently.
yeah.
So we've now officially won every trophy that's ever existed, ever.
Yeah. Well, we actually first point of call is beating Sri Lanka on dust bowls.
Yeah.
In a month's time because
That's
that
true.
is not going to be easy.
No, it won't. Not in their conditions. And they're not playing. They've got some decent batters now, too. That
Yeah.
young Mendes, he
They'll be
is
right.
coming through.
They'll be right. Quickly, just the darts. It was awesome to watch the darts.
Littler.
Waking up in the morning
The nuke.
and the darts is on. It's fucking good. I was actually getting up early to watch it.
Ali
Well, yeah.
Pali.
Watched probably from about round 3 or 4 onwards. Best game for me was when Peter Wright beat the number 1 seed because there was a bit of shit in the media. They were talking shit. Peter Wright's won it twice, but he's old. He's hasn't played his best. They kept saying it in all the lead ups. And the world number 1 was like, all Peter Wright was doing was giving him a compliment. And then old mate just fired him into
Did he?
in the media. He goes, oh, well, if I win one more world championship, then I'll have as many as him and I'm 30 years younger. Just like, went off. And then
Wow.
Big Peter just flogged him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just
I was
humbling
up
the
just
kid.
clapping every time he'd win a leg. I'm like, fucking oath, stick it up him.
Yeah.
Because
No,
he was
that's good.
crook as fuck too.
Was
like,
he?
had the flu. He was coughing into
Just
the
had a
thing,
big night beforehand.
and then just
Boss.
Actually, no,
Unreal.
because if he had a big night beforehand, that's probably when he'd play best. It's like imagining he's in a pub.
well, that's where he's probably
Yeah.
where he learned.
Reggie
Yeah.
Sport and Plunder.
But yeah, it
Fucking
was
is,
fucking good, man.
I
love
got to admit,
watching
I didn't watch fuck all, but I did watch the extended highlights
Yeah,
of
of the
Littler.
final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of Littler.
The final was actually like
Yeah, they didn't.
shit.
They didn't really.
It was such a letdown
Yeah.
because they just both didn't play that good
That well.
and
Yeah.
then Littler just won.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
He played a little bit better.
Yeah.
So bit of a letdown, but there was some fucking good matches leading up to it.
Yeah,
So
but it was
actually
still cool to
shocks me.
see. Like just the crowd. I know we've talked about
Oh,
it heaps.
man.
We always talk about it, but get fucked.
Oh.
That is the best.
It's so cool.
oh
like,
man.
hey, 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 like just fucking.
The Aussies
180.
The Aussies 9 data.
Yeah.
Yes,
the Aussie
that was
fellas
cool.
9 data. That's
You see, like,
fucking-
I didn't watch, like, a minute of it live or anything, but I pretty well got the full fucking gist of it because everyone, like, social media, doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
like darts or not, everyone just gets around it.
Oh, it's just
Man,
fun.
so
everyone
Just the
dresses up
songs and
like
shit.
fuckwits.
Yeah.
Proper.
That's the Poms, but they
Yeah,
just
they're
love
good,
singing.
eh?
They
love
can
those
turn pretty
cunts.
well any sport into
The
a
Poms
fucking
are like,
festival.
Yeah.
it's like the Pacific Nation. They've got their war dances and shit.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that's the Poms war dance. They're
Yeah.
just great at it. It's
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
known for that, and you love seeing it because it's so good. They're so good at it.
Everyone's name in darts fits with one of their 3 songs that they
Yep.
do.
They find
Oh.
a chant for everyone.
Yeah, and they're like,
Because there's only one something Littler. Like was that one?
Yeah, that's like a Winter Wonderland.
Winter
fucking
Wonderland.
thing.
Yeah.
Walking in Little Wonderland. There's only one. And then Michael Van Gogh.
Yeah, with the Seven Nations Army.
From the song, and then Michael Smith, oh, Michael Smith. No. Just everyone's name just works.
It's
It's
got one
good.
for everyone.
It's so
man.
good, man.
Peter Wright, he's got the same one.
Like that,
Peter Wright,
I've just-
Peter Wright.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun, cunt. Just being
It really
in there,
would be.
blind.
Dressed up
You just
like a
be chiming
banana.
in.
They just,
You watching 2 chubby cunts play darts.
there is nothing that you could dress up as a people would go, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
They'd be like, righto,
Oh, no,
chap.
if you're wearing like a suit or something, you're like,
Yeah,
what's
what?
cunt?
Fuck off, cunt. Why don't you have your shirt
clothes.
on? Yeah.
Oh, so
Why
good.
aren't you fat as fucking good at throwing shit?
And you can just see how it's just a festival in there, man.
Oh,
'cause,
massively.
Like, you're literally just cheering for someone.
Throwing a little stick. Yeah.
And just drinking
Yeah.
every time.
Oh, I love
man.
how, like, the darts players themselves, they're like weird, quirky blokes.
Yeah,
but they,
yeah.
like, they get involved with the crowd too. Like,
Yeah.
who's the old, like, Liverpoolian bloke?
I think it's Bunting.
Bunting,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's sitting there like singing fucking Titanium with everyone
Yeah.
and that. And it's
They
like,
all come out to their
it's
songs
strange,
and
but
shit.
it's fucking cool and they love it, man.
Fuck, it's
Nah,
funny.
good on
Luke
it.
Littler
Fucking
said,
good.
fucking worldwide treasure.
Mate, because isn't he? He's the youngest ever.
Lost
eh?
his birth. They lost his birth certificate, guys.
Mate.
He is not 17.
How do you achieve that build at 17?
'Cause didn't he win
lot of pub.
500 fucking £1,000?
I think it was 800.
They said to him
I
last...
think Van Gerwen, the winner, the runner-up, won 500.
Oh,
I thought.
I thought it was 500.
That's a lot
already.
He,
of fucking
he might have.
coin.
Either
I might
way,
be off
fuck
my
the
For a
head.
bloke
killed
who
it.
can't legally drink. Well, I don't know if
Oh.
it was the most recent interview or a while ago. Like, what are you going to do? He's like, oh, I might have a kebab. Like, treat myself. We're like, come on, mate. You're
You're
having
having a
one
beer.
every...
Shut up.
You have no. I meant as in he's having a kebab every fucking
I
night.
saw
Look at
a,
the size of the bloke.
A good a good meme the other day, and it was however old dad with 3 kids. I spend me weekends standing in the rain at fucking football, taking them to cricket training. Luke Littler's dad just drank beer in a pub
Yes.
for his whole childhood.
Yeah. It's
And
working.
now he's just the best darts player
Yeah.
ever.
Working
you go.
smarter, not harder, eh?
Yeah.
Why go through all that effort? You can
Luke
just say,
Littler's dad took him to
Actually,
the pub.
come with
boys,
me, cunt, throw
on the
them.
darts note, I had a ripper day down at Agnes there. Played 18 holes with the old boy one morning. Then we had Harry down there standing on his thing. He'd throw darts, and I had the chair set up so I could go get him. And we're
Yeah.
like, hang on, let's fucking throw a few darts for some horses.
Oh.
So we had Harry throwing them, and we go, righto, bud. which number. And then if it was a real rank cunt, we'd go like the place. And if it was all right, we'd go. And mate, we cleaned up.
Carved up.
Yeah, it went
It
well.
just shows you what punting is, eh?
Oh, just fucking who
That's
knows?
glorious.
Yeah, and Harry was throwing them too. So
Was he
was
throwing
going
them pretty good?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
is there a
he's
chance he could be the next Lukey Littler?
Well.
Just 10 times.
Well,
like
you
a
better
smaller?
go to the pub to find
You
out.
better feed him a few kebabs. Fill him up.
Yeah,
But no, it was
great.
good.
It's got to be bucket list sort of shit.
Oh,
to try
definitely.
and
We
just
gotta try and
do
go there.
Like a first or second round there. You
Dude,
know?
I know fuck all about darts other than I'm drunk, let's throw a few.
Yeah.
Or we need a horse.
Imagine
this
how
week.
blind
But
you'd be
you do-
before you go. And then you set up at a big, long ass table
Yeah.
and just stand up and chant.
Just sing.
Yeah. That gets going every time.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be excellent,
And
wouldn't
they
it?
sing like the intro song as well.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah,
So
when it
good.
goes to a break.
Yeah.
Boxing?
Yeah, mate. Bit of boxing. So Fury
Heaps of
versus Usyk 2. First round was great, and then couldn't tell you.
Yeah, can
No one
you
knew.
guys actually let us know? Because Jace, myself, and Tom, we all had black screen for the whole fight.
And then the stream on the zone where you could read the comments, it was non-stop,
People
just
doing-
everyone
saying
from
the same
different
thing.
countries. So I hadn't seen anything about
No
it anywhere.
apologies or nothing.
And I'm going, well, was us three in completely different areas all the only
Yeah,
thing?
one's
But we
in
were
Melbourne,
all
one's
in
in Agnes.
CQ,
One-
Yeah.
you know? So I'm thinking, was it Queensland? Was it?
I was in
I
Melbourne at this
googled a
point.
bit today, and I said because I was like, before I just come in here and just tee off, I'll
Yeah.
see if it was just us. But I googled it, saying like fucking the stream fuck up, and yeah, it was. There was this big article saying that cunts were just losing it
Yeah.
everything.
Well, I succumbed
Absolutely
to...
black screen.
Yeah, nothing. Wouldn't do a thing. And I tried on the phone, on the telly, everything.
Yeah.
But I ended up succumbing to the laptop, YouTube, watching two cunts watch it.
Oh, at least
So-
you figured that out.
So they couldn't, like, obviously have
show it, but
they
you could
can't
hear them
show it.
talking about it.
The camera's on them, and they were just watching it,
Dude.
and I'm like, wow.
Some of the creativity for like those streams, like if you search up on like TikTok and that, I've done a few times where I've watched fights on that. Cunts will have like the UFC on, and they'll pull out their PlayStation controller and just pretend. So if someone gets
awesome.
caught because there's heaps of interaction and TikTok bans it, they're just like, no, I'm just playing me.
And at
fucking
the end of the
PlayStation."
day, they're doing that for other people.
Yeah.
Like, they could just pay the 60,
100%.
and watch it themselves.
I love
Yeah.
it.
But
They're
they've
a good
paid the
Samaritan.
60, and they're trying to
Mate,
stream
I,
it.
I
You're
was,
saving me a
I
lot
was
of coin.
absolutely shattered though.
Yeah,
I
I know.
was so excited to watch that.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, cunt.
And
Like,
it's frustrating because me watching them blokes watch it, they were both like, it could be a draw.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could go either way. And then for it to be like a unanimous one way, I was like, fuck, I wish I had watched
yeah,
that.
so you could say
could
yourself.
say,
you
oh,
have your
yeah.
own opinion.
'Cause-
Form your own opinion.
Yeah, but anyway, like Usyk obviously got the job done.
Could have
you
watched
know,
it back too, but I wasn't doing
Nah,
that.
me neither.
Just
Out
out
of
of
pure
spite.
stubbornness.
Yeah.
I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? Fuck you. I'm not watching it. I haven't even watched highlights, cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck off. But I wanted to ask you something. I mean, Groper, more you because you're a traditionalist when it comes to sport.
Oh, here we
The
go.
AI judge that they tried, right? So that it didn't have any influence on it,
No.
but they tried it and just put it alongside the other judges. I think the human judges had it 116, 112.
Yep.
AI went 118, 1 something.
It must
to-
have been 110, but I think because that doesn't make sense for it to be 111, 118.
No,
But
I'm not sure what
I
the-
heard 111, 118.
I'm not sure what I knew Usyk was 118.
Yeah.
But I just go, for me, I'm happy for it to get trialled there because there's that many fucking stupid robbery fuck up calls in MMA and boxing. If they can figure it out, fuck off, cunt. Or start being accountable for your fucking decisions.
Yeah.
Because you never hear when they make these howlers.
Yeah.
You never hear from the cunt.
Other
Yeah.
than that one time in the UFC when they pulled that cunt mid card, or was it the boxing?
That was a ref.
I can't.
Was it a ref or was it a judge?
No, that was a ref because it was Mayweather.
Oh, yes, that's right,
But
yeah.
the judges, man. So
Yeah, there's so many controversial ones where you go, that's not right.
I think it has to be like years worth of being alongside
Yeah.
judges to make sure it's working. But I go, if there's any sport that I'm happy with this, it's this because how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
times
yeah.
a year do you just go, oh yeah, fuck?
Yeah.
The human
fuck
error
that.
is almost worse than fucking computer generated.
I'd want to
error.
know what the criteria is. Like, what's the AI see as winning a round? Is it more punches landed?
I
or
think
is
I
it
think there's a
control
few
or
things.
what?
I think it's like but anyway, I just thought it was interesting that it was like being trialled first there, and then it was a roundabouts what the other judges sort of had as well.
You could just change the rules and go whoever lands more punches wins the McRound.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
They should do that for the UFC with the jock sniffers.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a bit harder.
But anyway,
boxing,
I
especially.
just
Yeah,
thought-
boxing would be a bit more black and white.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't do it for UFC.
I just thought the amount of blow-ups that I've personally had over the last couple of years and the whole community in combat
I
sports.
sort of said the same thing. I was like, you know what, this is probably right, as long as you know what the
exactly what the
before
criteria is.
Exactly,
Both fighters know exactly
know what it is.
Yeah.
I need to do this to win rounds because the computer that's what it's saying.
And it's not like, oh fuck, it wasn't that good. No, that's just how it is.
No.
Yeah.
It was.
No. Oh no, I thought. Oh, well, stop thinking, cunt.
I thought I won that fight.
No, I thought I won it.
That was a great impression.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's legit that he didn't fucking talk to his missus for 3 months?
I don't know.
I reckon
Haven't
it
spoken
was.
to
Yeah,
Paris
yeah.
for ages.
He
It's
is
like,
a fucking
what
lunatic.
Yeah.
Bipolar as
I think
fuck.
Eddie Hearn was pumped because now he's going, all right,
Yeah.
here's Joshua versus fucking
Battle of
Fury
the
at
Bridge.
Wembley.
Yeah.
Which I hope happens for me to see.
Yeah.
So-
I wanted it to happen for a long time.
But anyway, there's a massive card. We've got to go fucking a bit quicker here. There's a massive card going down tonight as you're listening. Gold Coast Convention Centre, Jai Opetaia versus David Naika.
Yep.
So Australia versus New Zealand. Keen as fuck to watch this. It's shaping up to be an absolute cracker. Jai currently holds a Ring Magazine and lineal cruiserweight belts. He's 26 fights, 26 wins, 20 by KO. This cunt is a scary human. Fucking
Fuck yeah.
all his interviews and that, just in his eyes, there's not one bit of like, haha.
Yeah.
He is just an animal, man. King of the cruiserweights. And then David Naika, he's 10 fights, 10 wins, 9 by KO, 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals, 1 Olympic bronze medal. So this bloke's a weapon as well, man. And Naika's, he has the height and reach advantage. He's a big dude. He's 198 centimetres tall, 201 centimetre reach. So he's got Jai's 188 centimetres and 193 centimetres reach. So they're evenly poised. The way Eddie Hearn and that's talking, they're like they saw Naika fighting Jai eventually, like in a year or two's time. But it's the way old mate pulled out. They worked their way down the list, and he's just taken the opportunity. So they're like, it's a fucking really good fight.
Yep.
So I'm pumped, man. Personally, like obviously I'm going for Jai, the Aussie, and I just but like a New Zealand fella as well. It's close to home, so it's just cool for our area. Like
it is.
a big fight
It is
happening
big,
here
for sure.
And so it'll be pretty good. There's a couple of great prospects on the card that I'm keen to watch as well. Couple of heavyweights. So Justice Hooney. We've seen
is he back?
Yeah, we've seen a fair bit of him. He fought a taxi driver the other day and flogged fuck out of him on a card.
Right.
So he's back. He's back, not a taxi driver. This cunt who literally had a sump hanging off him.
Yeah.
Like
Was
just set up for him to flog fuck out of him.
Yeah.
But so we've seen a bit of him. He's 25 and has plenty of potential. The heavyweights have some scary fuckers in it. So I think they're taking their time with him like they should.
They definitely are,
Because like you look at Fury and Usyk, man, they're both over 35 to put into context. The two best.
Yeah.
So he's got 10 years to get to that thing. So plenty of time for him. And that Tara Moana, do you know the big fella who fought for Australia in the Olympics?
Yeah.
So he's fighting on the card as well.
Nice. So he's gone pro now.
Yeah, he's pro. He's only 26. So same as Hooney, plenty of fucking potential, man, for Australia in the heavyweights. So those two will be fighting.
That's fucking been a while since we've heard Hooney's name. Eh?
Yeah,
It has been.
That's
yeah.
been years.
On a
Was he
bigger
that
card.
young when he fucking had those few fights in a row where they were pretty televised?
Back in the day, yeah. And then, like, he has been fighting a little bit. He had a couple of fights overseas.
Yeah.
A couple of good tests.
But I just mean his name hasn't really been out there.
been
But
ringing
neither's
around.
Last
fucking
year or two,
Jais,
yeah.
which is...
That's right. Well, it's more because No Limit have been all of us rugby league people.
fans,
But
yeah.
these
Georgie
cunts have
knows
been
his
overseas.
audience.
That's right. But watching the weigh-ins, man, looking at them squaring off, I like both of their chances. But as we should know, it's not about looks.
Yeah,
Andy Ruiz, Joshua, it's a classic example.
Yeah, especially in that division.
The most classic example.
Plus, the South African bloke has Jesus on his side, as he's mentioned 87 times in the press conference.
Least
So,
winning, isn't he?
Yeah.
that's right. There's a young bloke, Max McIntyre, fighting on it as well. This bloke is full of confidence. He pulled off a filthy knockout the other day, straight up. So I'm keen to watch him. Benny Marnie, keen to see him back in the ring. He's been around for a while. And look, hopefully DAZN doesn't shit the bed because I'm keen as fuck to watch
I reckon you'll be right on this one.
Me too. There won't be
Surely.
millions and millions and millions.
Yeah, and it won't be getting streamed from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just plenty of homegrown talent.
That'll
and
be a good card.
And mate, they have put an absolute fuckload into the promotion of it, like with Jai and old mate and everything. So
especially in a time when there's a bit of a stalemate in sport.
Yeah.
Like we don't have Test cricket.
all
we don't
I
have
go
rugby
is
league,
like,
or
there's
AFL.
no league, there's nothing. Why is it on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
But
Should be a Saturday night.
But anyway, regardless of that, it'll be fucking great. So
Brilliant.
good on them for putting like Trans Tasman. I think is the promotion sort of thing that's working with Eddie Hearn and shit.
Well, it would
Beautiful.
make sense with the Kiwi and Aussie.
So yeah, Sammy Goodman, Friday,
Yeah.
24th of January, a massive fight for Sammy, going for all the belts.
That was fucking
Very
hell.
brutal for the cunt.
Yeah.
What
Last
the fuck?
sparring session, he had the headgear. Did you see the footage?
Yeah,
It's just
He
a
had
freak
the headgear
accident,
on
eh?
and everything.
It wasn't anything like a dumb fucking bloke. Like,
He would have
why'd
been
you do
shattered.
that?
Can't.
That
Going
footage-
through all of Christmas, trying to just be like when he should have had it done for New Year's and come
Yeah.
home, and he's like, just
Yeah.
another month of.
Well,
shit.
it can't have been that bad, the cut, for him to just...
Only a
No, it
month
was like
of
5.
healing.
It was sort of like 5 fucking stitches, but I think it was pretty clean for him for it to do.
Easy enough to open up again.
Exactly, that's my fucking worry.
Yeah.
It's only a month, but good
How-
good on him for rescheduling.
Yeah, that's right. Just
Fucking
getting on
hell.
with it.
Thank
How's
God.
he's currently paying $14 a win. Just
Holy
to win.
fuck.
In a way, is paying $1.05.
Wow.
You'd be mad not to throw a red back
That's
on it,
unbackable.
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
You cannot back that.
But people are writing him off. But Sam, like, I'm not writing Sam Goodman off.
No.
In a
Never-
way, he deserves to be the favourite. He's a fucking absolute weapon. But Sam Goodman is technically unreal.
Yeah.
It just depends. I just wonder if he's got enough sting in his punches to get the monster off him.
Yeah.
That's all I wonder.
think Inoue's last fight as well done him a world of good because he got sat early and then just come back and won by knockout. So
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
oh shit. So even if you sit him, like he'll
He's
just
still
come
got it
back
in him,
and
yeah.
beat you. So
But the best part about Goodman is he wouldn't blow a candle out after 12 rounds.
Yep.
That cunt is that
Very fit.
fucking
is it
fit.
because he doesn't hit hard, you reckon?
Oh,
Or like-
no, well, he's just fit as, but I think he's timing, like, he doesn't hit hard as in, like, you punch something and the scale goes off.
Yeah.
But I think his timing's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I think he's
Precision
got the
and timing.
potential there, man, to land a smick shot.
Yeah.
But I just
Or
think
just win in 12.
He's not
That's
fucking $14 underdog, though.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Well,
like-
he
Well, he is. Anyway, I'm fucking behind him, man. I reckon he has the potential here to fucking shock the world.
Mate, there's one thing that if most of the sporting world should have learned. If there's an Aussie underdog, you can't
Get on
fucking
him.
Get on
go.
him.
You've
Get
got
the
to get
fuck
on him.
on him, boy.
Back an Aussie underdog every fucking
Just
time.
know that if we started our own bookies, we'd be fucked.
We
because-
would be absolutely fucked.
Time
I'd have
to
him,
go.
I'm at him at about $6. You know,
No.
maybe twos.
no one would bet with us.
No
because
chance.
Yeah.
they'd go, oh, we can get 14s over here. Tommy Dale's
No,
not even six.
in a way, fans would. We'd have
Yeah.
$1.50.
Yeah, that's right. All the Tokyo.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He'd be $1.50.
Yeah. But
be
anyway,
piling in.
fucking, we'll talk. We'll obviously have more shows before that. But I just thought while we're on the boxing, and obviously while we're away, that's when the cut and shit happens.
Yes,
So.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I'll get if you've fucking stuck with us, thank you. We're 2 hours in.
Yeah. Well, it was
Last
always gonna be
episode we did before we left, about a month ago, or 3, 4, nearly 4 weeks ago.
Yep.
We asked the boys to ring in with some bets.
Oh,
Remember that?
I do.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
absolutely cleaned up.
did we?
Yeah. Have you got that one there, Quino, for us?
You're kidding.
Oh,
Did
We did nothing.
Actually, didn't I say that fucking something about the UFC and that it happened?
I don't know about
I'm
you.
pretty sure I said something.
I hope not.
Jared, what's his name? Jared Buckley, didn't you?
I hope not, because
Yeah,
you're
and
not
the
in.
cunt, and the cunt fucking won.
You're not in.
I
Got grabbed because Buckley won against fucking.
Oh, well, sorry. I'll just fucking organise the next thing.
So add that on, cunt, to the end. All you cocksuckers, just know.
Is that all you said though? Was the one bloke, or did you need a multi?
No,
just the one,
it was
I remember.
it was Buckley to beat Covington inside 3 rounds, and it happened because 3 rounds it got cut.
That's right.
true.
Yeah.
Righto. Well, yeah.
So add that on in
you're
context.
not in there. So.
That's all right, mate. I know.
Yeah, you've got the personal pride.
In those
Righto,
cunts,
go.
they know.
Spew it.
On to my best value, I'm going down to the Lockney, the Ascot Green Lockney Stakes over 1,300. It's race 8 on the card. Should come as no surprise. Everyone will know what I'm tipping once they look at the field, and it's the top weight Safrado.
Yes.
Each way, $8.250 at the time of recording.
That was a huge win.
Reggies.
Got a great
Curly
beard.
from Toowoomba here.
Go
Or
to.
Straighty, as some of you on the RRLC have referred to me as. So we're going to go to race 7 at Eagle Farm on Saturday. Horse number 1, Bo Dazzler from the Tony and Madison Sears camp.
Bowie.
Looks poised to strike, and that's where my money will be going at $8. Another horse to keep an eye out for, guys. I'm going to assume we'll race on the 21st of December.
Didn't even
If
know when
not,
it
we'll
was
probably
racing.
go the 28th. It's a little horse we bred called Naughty Word. Now, 5-year-old Marin has finally figured out that she's a fucking racehorse. Anyway, guys, Zamoya!
G'day Reggies, it's Sutto here from the Standard Squeeze. I'm going to go for Randwick Race 5, Horse 6, within the law, a 100% strike rate. It cannot lose. Good on your Reggies. Talk to you later on. Bye.
A massive thank you to all the Reggie sponsors, listeners, the RRLC fraternity for making this show possible. Right, as for a bit of punting over the break, I can't wait for the 32nd World Darts Championships to start at Alexandra Palace in England. And I'm backing the Englishman Lukey Littler to take the crown.
Hey.
Till next year, happy punting, stay safe.
And times.
Yeah.
So that would have been
and Buckley.
6 bets.
How good's that?
That's a great clean-up for
Great
our
clean-up.
last show.
And well, so I take it back. Us as a team and panel, we did do something.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah, we got Buckley.
Mine definitely didn't get up. I had a cricket one, and
I realised after, only because fucking the cattle dog rang me.
Yeah,
and
barking.
said, you fucking barked at everyone about making sure they get a bet in, and you didn't even have a bet. I went, fuck, I didn't either. Yeah. I had 2 written down, did not say them. I think they both got hammered, so it doesn't matter.
That's good.
Is that it?
Motorsports.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Mate, fucking just
fuck off.
quickly. What?
You've got them.
What?
You've got motorsports.
He's covering
Fucking oath, mate.
Oh, stop it. I'm
got
being
most
smart ass.
all those boring cunts going around a track and eat a big chumbus because
I thought you were full of it then.
No.
This is great.
No, I've fucking, mate, I've been sitting
New Year's
there.
resolution.
We're at the Dakar Rally, baby. Because we got
yeah.
Daniel Chucky Sanders representing the Red Bull KTM factory
True.
racing team, currently kicking hole in the Dakar Rally on the bike as we speak. I don't know if stage 3's finished yet, Quinn. I think. But anyway, this race, if you don't know about it, stretches almost 8,000 Ks and has 12 stages through the desert of Saudi Arabia. So we're recording this Tuesday night, obviously. Chucky won the prologue, won stage 1, won stage 2, and he's currently in the guts of stage 3. Now, I'm doing my best to learn on the fly, but I believe he won the prologue so he could pick where he left. So because of the desert over there, it's hard being in front because there's no tracks to go off and you've got to navigate. So I think he's worked his way through, and stage 3, he started first. So I believe I had a look at some standings and they've caught him a little bit because he's navigating and stuff. But, man, he is absolutely kicking ass.
What a fucking...
That's what you
that
wanna hear.
takes
Mate.
some
That'd be
ticker to do
fucking
that.
exhilarating.
Takes some fucking ticker,
Holy.
all right, bro. So he is absolutely killing it, doing us all proud. There's 12 stages. It's fucking enormous.
Brutal.
That's big.
It's brutal. So one of these stages that they just did, the marathon stage, goes for 48 hours. they ride all day and get to a point, and they'd have no showers, no phones, no nothing. They sleep under the stars in the desert, use baby wipes as a shower, and go the next day until they find the next thing.
That is an actual marathon.
Just
More than a
crazy,
marathon.
bro.
That is, and that's one stage.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So that's but anyway, just want to give him a massive shout out,
Yeah.
Bruss. Keep kicking ass.
On your chuck.
Toby Price is in the car. I think he had some dramas early, some electrical issues, but he's sitting around 9th position.
Fucking Sparkies.
Early in the race, so he has time to make up ground. But yeah, that's what the boys are doing in the Dakar. I don't know if we've got other people, but Chucky's a good mate of mine, so I just wanted to be like, fucking let's go, cunt.
What an
Kicking
absolute
ass.
weapon.
Fucking prime.
Going really well.
A 48-hour one stage.
Yeah,
That's
like
brutal.
She's
That's
a 2-day,
fucking
but yeah,
brutal.
fucking
2-day one. That's
sleep
that's
in the
just one
desert
stage,
with
though.
the camels.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
rattlesnakes.
And that's all you can eat is a camel if you
Yeah,
get one.
that's right. But nah, good on him, mate. So
Fuck yeah.
I have to check in on
Have
how
you
he's
got any
going.
other sports you just want to reel off? Fuck yeah, that was prime. I love that.
I just had that. I had that.
I thought you were taking the mickey.
No.
I'm going, I haven't got
He's
anything,
genuine.
Tom.
It's his
Nah.
New Year's resolution.
That
mate.
was brilliant.
Tom's going to have something motorsports
Nah,
every week.
mate, I won't be bringing any cars and skids
Wait
and
for the-
shit, but like fucking that sort of stuff's cool as fuck.
This
Wait
is
for
something
the,
that this is rugby league motorsport.
Yeah,
Wait for the fucking Tour de France later this year.
Yeah. I just think like reading into this, man, and watching some of the highlights. So I think you can get the Dakar app. That's apparently a lot easier to figure out because the website's a bit of a cunt to just go on and know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many different shit. So many.
Does
different
everyone
things
do
happening.
this different stages at different times, do they?
Yeah, like because they have to space it out and then they get timed to see how
yeah.
because they can't all just go together in the dunes.
yeah.
So it's all and that's why I think it's a bit of a game. Like I said, I've probably fucked a bit up because I'm trying to learn it, but I think it's a fair bit comes into it for when you leave because, like I said, if you've got tyre tracks to go off, you can just hammer, keep. And it used to be this big scroll. Chucky was saying like a big scroll to navigate with turns, and like you have to work your way through. It's just gone to a
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just gone to a GPS this year though.
didn't fucking
So
open
now
that
it's
can up while
electrical
you're
on their bike, and they fucking navigate through that.
That's wild, eh?
So obviously, when you've got tracks and that, you can pin it.
Yeah.
And then when you're navigating. So anyway, he's kicking ass.
Yes.
So let's go.
Go the chuck.
Let's go,
Fucking oath.
Chucky.
Get a bit of feed into you and get into them.
Fucking right.
That's I think that's
CTC.
it. Yeah.
Captain of the week, boys.
Fuck yeah.
Skip of the week.
Yeah, make sure you go on there, countrycompanies.com, thecountrycompanies.com, to grab yourself one of the knucklers in the team's hats. Grab yourself one. Go and fucking grab it with 2 hands. Grab the cunt. From
Grab
the
it really tight.
Grab it from the website. But yeah, and then go to countrytruckercaps.com. Design your very own. Get the fuck around them. They get around us. Who are we thinking, boys?
The
Well-
obvious one is Australia and cricket.
Just
but
the cricket, but we'll give it to a person. eh?
Well, but see, I
chuck
had,
stuff.
yeah, but I don't want to put the mocker on.
Yeah, which we are good at.
Yes, that's
true.
what I'm saying.
Maybe
Next
at the
week.
end of his performance. Yeah, next
I
week.
was
Yeah,
about to, but I'm like, imagine cunts will probably hunt me
Yeah.
if I did
They
that.
already do.
So
Yeah.
they already do because they're just legends.
I
But so we got
Who'd
the
you
cricket. We got the cricket boys. Got Littler.
I had one
Oh, yeah.
that is pretty fucking just a feel-good story, and it's come out of the whole Daniel Sams and Bancroft, the big head collision.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Christian.
wasn't that fun?
Dan Christian's 355 years old, and
Yeah.
he's come out of retirement to help the Thunder boys out.
They lost.
They lost
Fuck
to the
'em.
Heat,
We
and that
beat
was a
'em, but-
fucking great game. But he come out and he got, whereas he hit 23 of 16
Yeah.
with 2 sixes.
Just like he'd not even missed a day.
2 over the rope.
And then took a
Yeah,
wicket.
and took a wicket. And
was,
I thought that's a pretty fucking good effort, and
was-
it almost got them close enough to
He
win.
was really good just at that format, wasn't
Oh,
he? Like
man.
changing it up and
Oh,
just
dude.
yeah,
I'm
he
pretty
was
sure-
so, it was
like-
like tailor made for him that format.
I'm pretty sure he is the most successful T20 player in terms of trophies won
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
Like he
he
just
would
went
be.
to every franchise that he possibly could, and his team,
have-
he would always be on the right team and they'd win.
You have
with
these blokes
those-
every big bash where you're just like, fucking hell, he's still going.
Man.
Like, he's just big
But
bad.
then he'd
built
go
for
to
it.
West Indies and England,
Yeah,
and
Pakistan.
the IPL.
But I
and
think
all
being
that.
able to bowl in crucial times and bat in crucial times, you
The
don't
fact
really
that
get
he
that much.
still bowled his 4 overs and didn't go for like a
Yeah.
crazy economy rate or anything.
Like, do you reckon he just went, fuck, the boys are struggling, and he just rang up whoever the Thunder
is he
GM
is he coaching with him? Or?
Yeah, he's part of the
so
staff.
he's
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the staff.
yeah.
All right, so he
Yeah.
just went, that is even more Reggie.
How
man.
good is that?
Just, I'll chuck on the
Well,
pads
I'm
tonight,
happy.
boys.
I'm happy to give it to him.
I think
Yeah,
it's
we
a
can
pretty
give it to
fucking decent effort and
Or
come
yeah,
out.
obviously other options specifically would be Scotty Boland. Travis.
Oh, actually,
Travis Head.
Scotty Boland. Can we give it to Boland?
We got to give it to Scotty.
Let's give it to
Yeah.
Scotty Boland. Holy
We've kind
fuck,
of overlooked
the
that.
Reggies
Fuck off,
community.
Christian, you old cunt.
Yeah. Scotty Bowl could do that with fucking one arm, cunt. So, yeah.
Scotty's got to get it.
God,
Fucking
Scotty
oath.
too hotty.
Yeah. Just quickly before we go, I think everyone will have noticed that there was no squeeze of the week this week. Us, Ash, and the team, obviously, we've decided to part ways for this year. He is absolutely killing it. They've got that much on. They're trying to bust into America. Like, they're piling all their time and energy into that. And 2 years is a long time.
Yeah,
and
it's a great partnership.
We just thought, you know what, we'll start fresh and
There's
you
no
know,
hard feelings. Put it that
no
way.
fucking way.
We'll always
and
support
we've
Ash and
still got
Stan
him.
Squeeze.
We've still got him sitting
I
at the
will
front
still
here.
use one forever.
What are you going to throw the cunt out?
Yeah, I have.
I'll use it still.
I said I'll still use one forever. You're a fuckhead cunt.
Nah, fucking, I'm throwing it out.
I'm going to shit in mine.
Just Virat Kohli's. Anyway, in all seriousness, we cannot thank them enough, eh? Like
For supporting us, that's
that
right.
whole 2 year stretch was just unreal. Like everything we did with them was nothing was too hard on his end or our end. It was smooth sailing. It was so easy, and I think you would have noticed by now, but we don't actually get fucking anything on as a sponsor or anyone on unless we love it. Hence why we still don't have a beer, because we can't get Carlton Dry to sponsor us.
Yeah, we haven't got.
But we love the product, mate. And
Yeah.
we love CTC hats. We love this product.
We wouldn't stow
You know what I
something
mean?
upon you that we didn't love ourselves.
I would not feel right going, I love these if I didn't. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're not going to
Yeah.
lie to you. We're honest blokes.
Don't worry. There's been a few beer companies that have hit us up, and you just go, you know what?
No.
I can't drink your little crafty aftertaste shit and say, gee, that's good, Reggies. Go buy it. Hence why we don't have a beer sponsor yet. Yet. Just stay tuned next week, because I reckon that's about to change.
Big announcements.
So yeah, thank you so much, Ash, and the Standard Squeeze. Did he got something there, Quinn? I think he's Quinn
the big
said he
fella
sent
sent
something
something.
through.
We're going to keep him up in the rafters.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it'll peel the paint off.
Yeah, I'm not fucking taking that down.
Just paint over it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey Reggies, it's Sutto from the Squeeze here.
Holy
As
fuck.
they say, all good things must come to an end, and our sponsorship of the Reggies podcast is finishing up for now. Hopefully, boys, it's not goodbye forever, just a goodbye for now. We're sort of moving on to a few things next year and trying to punch into that US market and do a few other things, but we've bloody loved the journey with you, Reggies. Few thank yous. I'm going to do a squeeze for every thank you here. The first one, Big Red, thanks mate for supporting us, putting the logo on the pants when you were doing the old boxing match and left, right, good night. So thanks for all the positive words and support you've given us over the time on the pod, mate. Always back in the squeeze. You're a bloody legend.
Oh, no, what? Stop there.
And here's Jace going to throw him out.
I never said that.
Oh, keep all this in too. Just hit play whenever
What
you're
you've
ready.
given us over the time on the pod, mate. Always back in the squeeze. You're a bloody legend. Next one, Tommy, the alpha man, the alpha bloke. You are a bloody legend, mate. Really appreciate you reaching out to us, or us reaching out to you back on the old Alpha Blokes podcast when we had a carry on about our business, about me and my old man starting the standard squeeze and the 2-stroke bottle, the 2-stroke and Coke. And, you know, you flicked me a message on Instagram and we had a bit of a chat, and just you took the time for me, mate, and I really appreciate it. And that's what led to us sponsoring the Reggies podcast and getting this up and going. So you're a great man, Tommy. We had a great time in Melbourne there that time. And yeah, you definitely live up to your name, mate. I'll say that.
Good on you, brother.
Next up, Groper. Mate, you're a bloody legend as well. You're all bloody legends. Been really good. Oh, shit, I forgot to do your squeeze. Hang on, Tommy. There you go.
Is he having? Is he swigging these?
Yeah, Grope's been really great getting to know you, mate. Very smart on and off the field business, what you do in your private time, all that sort of stuff. You're a great bloke. It's been really good talking to you for the last probably 18 months now. I think we were going to initially sponsor the podcast for 3 months, and it just kept going on. And part of that is because of just your communication and how good of a bloke you are, and great to deal with and all that. So, mate, I really appreciate the friendship we've sort of grown over this last bit of time, and hopefully the Reggies podcast keeps growing. And yeah, thank you very much, Gropes. And finally to the Reggies, the bloody Reggies. We've had so many people use the code Reggie15, which, by the way, that's never going away. We'll always have that code there. And we just really appreciate the support we've got from all the boys and girls out there that love having a drink, love having a punt, and love having a good time. So thank you, Reggies. We've loved being a part of the podcast, and there's so much to say, but it's hard to think of right now. Like I said, boys, hopefully we're gone for now, but not forever, and hopefully we keep up the communications and chats and can have a few froths one day. And yeah, good on you, boys. The more you, the more you. Shit, yeah. Cheers.
Yes.
Good
on you, Ashley.
Good on you, mate.
Beautiful, beautiful words.
How good.
It's done well there.
Fucking oath. All the best too with the fucking endeavours. I hope they do crack into the US market.
100%. That'd be huge.
Then it'll definitely be getting back on.
Yeah. Nah,
good stuff,
perfect.
Reggies. Hey, it was. I really enjoyed myself here tonight. It was
that a 2.5-y?
215.
215.
One of our bigger ones.
Yeah,
And
the biggest.
It was always going to be, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah,
After that test match.
Five
heaps
tests.
to
a few
cover.
weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. They're obviously, I'm sure.
No punch show yet.
No punch show, because there's no Group 1 racing. We're just going to ease back into the new year with a sports show. Maybe stay tuned. I'm not sure what's going on. I can't remember the date that the Group 1 is, but I know it's like the 8th of February or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's that first week of Feb. Bang, we're back on. Old boys, Barb's, Button. We're going to fucking come up with some new segments.
I think we're...
freshen up. Little freshen up out of the paddock.
That's right. I think it's for us to sit down over the next couple of weeks, and we'll have some fun and fucking... Some fun stuff to really hit the ground running.
Fucking oath.
I can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
Righto. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
All right.